Good morning. How you doing today? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your host, Uncle Bruce. How's it going, everybody? How you doing today? Welcome to Wednesday, March the 31st, the end of the first quarter coming up. We're going to have fun today. I think we're going to have fun today. This should be a most interesting day with a lot of twists and turns that could be happening. The end of the day, the last hour of the day today should really be entertaining. Only because practically every pension fund, mutual fund, index fund will be making adjustments to their portfolios to properly balance out their portfolio, the look of their portfolio, the bonds versus stocks versus growth stocks versus penny stocks versus whatever. And I think we've got I think we're gonna have a bit of a show today regarding GameStop. Maybe a showdown. Maybe that's the way I should say it. There could be a showdown today between good and evil. The rebels and the empire. We could be in for quite the display of muscle flexing coming up. I don't know how else to say it. There's the battle of the big boys and girls it could be happening today. I don't know. We're gonna watch what happens here. The GameStop shares, there are certain forces out there that would really prefer that the shares have a very low closing value tonight at the bell, right at 4 o'clock Eastern. Then there are those who think the opposite. They would just love to have a very high print for the stock, a wonderfully delicious high print for the stock. And the reasons are pretty easy to understand. If you're short the stock, you don't want to have a high print at the end of the day and still be short the stock. That makes you look really bad for the first quarter. And if you're long the stock, you definitely want a very high price showing on the first quarter, because that shows you're a genius when it comes to investing in this company. And so the battle rages on. And we're not talking about, sorry, folks, I have something here that's just bothering me. We have a battle here that is raging in hundreds of millions of dollars, if not even billions of dollars of exposure. The stock right now on GameStop, 198.68 pre-market. And that's up $4 from the close last night. And we're curious to see just where it's going to end up here. There's so many call options and put options against the stock out there, an unthinkable amount. It's unbelievable. They're in the money, out of the money. It's unbelievable. By the way, Thusi, thank you for becoming a member earlier this morning. Even before I came on the air, you joined up. I thank you for that. And I just see here we have a brand new member that popped in here. George just popped in too. Thanks, George. George Manassas, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. I would be remiss if I don't shout out at least the members. Thank you guys for coming in here. This is beautiful. So you can start using your emojis now. Emojis are awaiting for are there at your beck and call. Anyway, 198.64 is the stock on GameStop. Now, it's being partially affected in a good way by Chewy. For those of you who don't know who Chewy is and why would I mention Chewy in the same breath as I mentioned GameStop, it's because the largest shareholder of GameStop right now is Ryan Cohen. Mr. Ryan Cohen owns 13% of the company, about 9 million shares. And he bought the stock. There it is. He bought the shares of GameStop. He bought shares of GameStop. Man, get that out of there. Back in December, January of this year. I think maybe November, December, January. And he has 9 million shares, 13%. He used to and had co-founded Chewy back in the early 2000s, back I think 2011 to 2013, somewhere in there. Then he sold control, the company Chewy, to eventually to PetSmart, and PetSmart eventually took Chewy, a private company, public, and it's now a listed public company. Chewy today they released their financials for the year end, including their fourth quarter. And they showed for the first time ever a profitable quarter. The fourth quarter is a profitable quarter. So they've turned the corner now where their sales keep rising, and they have been just rising and rising and rising, because Chewy is an online pet food and pet supply seller, and they're in competition with Amazon's and all the other onliners. But Chewy is such a well-run and is such a customer-focused organization that the loyalty that Chewy customers have to the Chewy brand is unprecedented. It's second to none. And Chewy is gaining market share and solidifying their hold on this business as they grow it out. The shares are up right now, $10.82, which is a gain of 13.5% on Chewy. And this is a confirmation of the original vision that Mr. Cohen had for that company, because since he sold control over, when he sold control to PetSmart, the entire staff was acquired by PetSmart. They acquired the entire company. By the way, Christiana, thank you, Christiana, for becoming a member of this channel. We have more and more female members coming in to this channel as members, and I am really happy with that. Jennifer is delighted. This is my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife that never appears on the camera, except you see her hands sometimes. See her hands right over here? Yeah, there you are. She hands me the bagels, and then she pops in and says hi. So thank you, Christiana, for also joining the channel. It's great to have you. Chewy, like I say, it's up 13% right now. The entire corporation, when control went over, all of the original hires that Cohen had made with this group, all of his senior managers, continued forward, and the entire philosophy of the company was maintained and is still maintained to this day. Chewy has the same full-blown customer focus going forward right now, and it's working. It's paying off. And this is why the GameStop shares have become rather interesting lately, because ever since Mr. Cohen stepped in and acquired 13% of GameStop and now has joined the board with two former Chewy people, and now has started to bring in Chewy executives into GameStop's executive suite, the entire GameStop story is evolving in front of our eyes. And we now, I think, we're being shown the future, Marty. Welcome back to the future. We are hopping in the DeLorean. We're turning on the flux capacitor, and we're going forward to what Chewy is doing right now. And GameStop is coming up behind it. Chewy is now a profitable online seller of merchandise with a client list that you cannot steal. It is impossible for Amazon to steal Chewy customers. You cannot do it because Amazon does not have the interactivity between themselves and their clientele. It doesn't exist. Amazon is known for, good delivery service, cheap prices, more or less, variety, and that's their shtick. And it works for Amazon, and it works for millions of customers around the world. No dispute. Chewy, however, works for pet owners perfectly. And pet owners are so loyal to this company, they won't shop anywhere else because they absolutely know how welcome they are. They also have a one-on-one rapport with the staff at Chewy, and they will, in effect, spend more money per customer, per order through Chewy than they would ever through Amazon. And that's the secret to the Chewy model. They service the customer to such a point that the customer actually wants to spend more money than they actually had intended to come in with, or they will spend more money with Chewy than they would with Amazon. With Amazon, they'll make an order for what they need, and that's it. With Chewy, they'll order what they need and what they want, and other items that might be suggested for their beloved pets. And it's extremely effective, and it's working well. So the company, Chewy, up 1163 a share at this point. The company now is becoming quickly evaluated at closer to $40 billion. Its market cap is approaching $40 billion, and they just turned a profit. So coming back to GameStop, GameStop's stock value right now is $198.25. Let's round it up to $200 to make this mathematics easy to understand. 70 million outstanding, approximately $200 share price, $14 billion market cap. The market cap of GameStop is a third of the market cap of Chewy. All right. And the guy who's going to lead the charge at GameStop is Ryan Cohen and his associates, and he's hiring away from Amazon and Chewy key people that he's cherry picking to take GameStop to the e-commerce platform. And that right there should give you a little snippet into the future of what to expect is going to happen with GameStop. They don't need to raise any money and dilute their shares. They don't need to raise $200 million every 3 months to survive the pandemic. Haven't raised any money to do that. Not necessary. Their sales dropped from the $8 billion range in 2019, when all of their 5,600 stores were open, to about the $5 billion range for 2020, when all of their stores were essentially closed. But their online e-commerce division is now generating 34% of all of their sales, and that is going to become the number one by far dominant source as they shut stores down and lower their overheads by becoming much more efficient running out of their warehouses rather than out of 5,600 locations. I think they're down to 5,000 locations now, and more are being shut down. So the company is evolving into an e-commerce machine. It's going to become, GameStop will become the Chewy of the gaming world, despite anyone's doubts. You'll be completely eliminated. The doubts will be eliminated as it's already becoming evident that GameStop is quickly changing over to the e-commerce platform, and it's not going to be an Amazon e-commerce platform. It's going to be a Chewy style of version, and it's going to eat Amazon's lunch when it comes to service, dedication, knowledge, interactivity between customer and company. And Amazon can't compete because Amazon cannot hire 200,000 people to answer telephones. They can't answer. They can't even hire. They couldn't possibly hire 1 million people to answer telephones globally. You can't do it. Amazon has its model, and the model works for Amazon, and there's no disputing it. But the Chewy model, going over to the GameStop scenario, will work extremely well. Gamers understand gamers, and that's the secret to GameStop. The employees of GameStop are gamers, and they are there to design the website and the e-commerce platform so that gamers feel comfortable, satisfied, and will be their curiosity will be answered, and they will be serviced, and they won't shop anywhere else. That's the likely scenario. That's the outcome. How successful does GameStop have to be? If they can capture 2% of the global market, that would equal what they have now already in the U.S. If they capture 4% of the global market, they double their penetration. They get 8% of the global market. It's quadruple. The bar is so low for GameStop, as to how much of the market they need to capture to take their company from a $5 billion sale number or an $8 billion sale number from 2 years ago to 20 to 40 to 60 billion. It's so low. They only need to be partially okay to do it. If they're exceptionally okay, if they run this, which I think they will, because Cohen is putting together the dream team to convert this company into a powerful e-commerce machine. Within 2 years, do not be surprised if their sales are exceeding 50 billion a year. Do not be surprised. Do not also be surprised if the company will start coming up with announcements down the road. Will say stuff like, well, we make money in different segments and different areas. We still have our retail division, which is declining and will be evolving in its own way. Then we have our e-commerce division, which has segments within itself. And one of them is, and this is the most misunderstood or underreported, not even reported part of the company. I think I've read one comment about it once, maybe 4 months ago, and it's all about the fact that the GameStop website is going to be, it's going to act as a moneymaker for GameStop rather than a money drainer. Normally, your websites cost you money to operate. You have all kinds of people putting product on there, and you're constantly making adjustments, and you're constantly removing content or putting content in, product out, changeover, seasons, Easter, summer, fall, Christmas, holiday time. I mean, you're constantly adjusting, changing. You're spending all kinds of money on people and software and everything else. This website is actually going to make this company money. They're actually going to make a profit just having the website and operating the website. And you ask, how is that possible? Hey, Bruce, what are you talking about? The bottom line is they're going to sell real estate on the website to product manufacturers. And so if you're into the new gaming chair, you're into producing the new headphones, you're into producing a new game, you're going to want to advertise your merchandise on GameStop's website. And you will pay dearly for a front page placement, a page 2 placement, a feature placement. When it's time to review new headphones, like it's time to review the top 10 selling headphones in the world, or for gamers, all 10 manufacturers are going to want to make sure that they have an ad for their headphones that made the top 10 list somewhere inside the GameStop website. They will pay money for this to GameStop. GameStop will make more money, will bring more money in for that than it costs them to run the whole darn thing. And then whatever sales they have, profits. It's just all profits. Less handling costs and what have you. And don't forget, GameStop will unlikely hold any inventory at their cost going forward. They will offer the possibility of offering hundreds of millions of dollars of merchandise, but they don't own any of it. They don't store any of it. I'm just here for the food. Thank you for popping in. I'm just here for the food too. Bagel time when Jen comes around. Yeah, I'm here for the food too. But thank you for becoming a member and joining us today. Nice to have you here. So GameStop will be going forward. Their inventory levels are going to keep dropping because they don't need inventory in every single store anymore. They don't have 5,600 stores. They're down to 5,000. Soon they'll be down to 3,000. Then they'll be down to 1,000. Eventually they'll have a select number of stores in select markets. But most of the stores of GameStop will be sold to other operators maybe on a licensing deal of some kind. But they will not be inventorying anything anymore. They will not be warehousing inventory for their stores anymore. They're not going to be spending a bunch of money moving inventory from store to store or merchandise from warehouse to region to stores, which means you eliminate jobs, you eliminate people whose job it is to move merchandise, you eliminate the jobs at the store location, you eliminate the handling costs, you eliminate all the rent, you bring your costs down. So your warehouses are now shipping centers. And so you're offering the top 10 hottest selling headphones, and you've just done a major promotion campaign with gamers testing them out and ranking them and rating them with videos that are on the website that gamers can go to. On and on it goes. You've got contests for people to win free headphones. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. There's so much promotion that's going to be happening here that they're going to be paid for. And then comes the selling part of the product. Lischen Müller, guten Tag, wie geht's? Bienvenue, willkommen. Thank you for coming in. I'm not sure where you're from. I'm guessing either Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Belgium, Netherlands. It could be from anywhere. Welcome. It could be from Peoria. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Dankeschön. This company is going to offer millions of dollars in sales of merchandise, and they're only going to order it when they sell it. This is the secret here. You get sales coming in on a nanosecond by nanosecond basis, and the company will have arrangements with these manufacturers that you must deliver flats, full-blown pallets of merchandise at a moment's notice when we order it, and it has to be at our factory with our warehouse within 24 hours, which we immediately then will break out and ship them out because one person might own a headphone here and also a few other accessories all in one package. It all goes out in one shot. This is what's coming, and the company will not have to store and inventory this merchandise. Thank you to Franciscic Logien. I can't pronounce it very well. Thank you for becoming a member of this channel too. I appreciate it. Ryan, thank you, Ryan, for the donation and popping in. I appreciate it. So the company will be selling billions of dollars of merchandise, stocking only a few $1 million of merchandise, and the rest is just-in-time delivery. Smart. So that makes them lean and mean, and certain items don't sell. They have it on their website, and the reviews aren't so good, or items get shipped out and they get shipped back because they're defective. They drop the item. Unlike right now with their stores, they get the item into their warehouses, ship it to all of their stores, and the item doesn't sell. They're now liquidating at their stores 60% off just to get rid of this crap because no one wants it. Now they're trying to get rid of it because they can't send it back. It's too expensive to gather it all up, send it all back to a regional center, send it all back to a warehouse center, and then have it sent all back to the manufacturer. The manufacturer's just going to say, "We'll give you a rebate, just keep it blown off." But the problem is now they have bins in their stores of garbage, the discount bin, and that doesn't look good. And now they don't have to play that game anymore with the online business. They don't have to play the final liquidation game for merchandise that they can't get rid of. They don't have that. And I imagine that what they'll actually do is if they have any inventory in their warehouses that entrails left over, they'll cut deals with liquidators to just have them taken away. They won't have to handle them anymore. They'll write that off and throw it out, and they'll get a credit from the manufacturer to do that. And so their handling costs and their inventory costs will drop dramatically, and yet they have the hottest selling stuff at beck and call. And the manufacturers will make sure GameStop gets whatever they want because GameStop is selling globally. GameStop is not just selling in a couple of retail stores in Cincinnati and over in Pittsburgh and Allentown and other locations. No, they're selling in Peshawar, India. They're selling in Indonesia. They're selling headphones in Peru. They're selling merchandise globally, everywhere. And the key then is to get the merchandise to a distribution center that they will operate, and then from there out they go. And GameStop will not buy land and buy buildings for distribution centers. They will lease buildings that others will buy. They'll just rent them. And they'll put their inventory in there that they want, the kind of sorting inventory they want, and they'll lease that. And in effect, they will then really reduce the cost of being in business. And so their whole shtick is electronic online marketing and presence globally with all the tournaments that they're going to be running and be involved with. This is the future of GameStop. So Chewy is leading the way. Chewy is now leading the way to a degree, giving us a glimpse at the future of GameStop. Chewy just broke $2 billion in sales, I think, for the quarter, which is what GameStop did last quarter. GameStop did break $2 billion in sales the last quarter. That's $8 billion a year, by the way. They've recovered their sales number from the drop of the first 3 quarters of 19 or 20. Yeah, first 3 quarters of 2020. They've come back, and they're actually ahead of the fourth quarter from the year before. And now the question is, this first quarter and the second quarter, how high will the numbers be compared to last year? I think they'll be much higher. And they're not have shut down all their stores again. And so that plus the online is showing me the future of GameStop from that perspective. Chewy is showing me the future potential of what the street thinks of a company that can make money. And it'll be interesting to see now as Chewy, by the way, it's now $92 a share, up 15.5% today. It'll be interesting to see if Chewy's market cap value runs up to $50 billion. Because if that's the case, if by just turning a slight profit as an e-commerce machine and showing the promise of more profits down the road, if Chewy begins to be valued at $50 or $60 billion in market cap, come back to GameStop and start factoring in the same kind of numbers because it's online retailing over at GameStop. If GameStop is perceived to possibly be worth $60 billion in market cap down the road, you do the mathematics and you figure out pretty quickly that a $60 billion market cap, of GameStop with 70 million shares outstanding, we're talking over $800 a share for GameStop. Because Chewy, if you don't know, you probably don't know this, excuse me, Chewy has 95 million Class A shares outstanding, but they also have 300 Class B shares outstanding. The total capitalization, the total number of shares outstanding on Chewy is over 400 million shares. GameStop has 70 million shares outstanding, and that's all the shares there are. So you divide the market cap of what GameStop can become into only the 70 million that exist. Don't forget, though, as you know, if you're here, if you're a regular with me, there are probably 200 plus million shares of GameStop trading out there all the time, which will have to be bought back. And we'll have to get this down, brought back down here. How high will that squeeze the shares? And with this development happening here with Chewy, pure results are coming through here. I think GameStop's going to have the same kind of performance, if not better. And GameStop will be more likely to equal the market cap value of Chewy sooner rather than later. And just getting to 40 billion now, if GameStop were to become a $40 billion market cap company, the shares would be zeroing in on about $500, $600 a share, actually. Yeah, $500, $600 a share. Because at $198 or $200 a share, it's a $14 billion company. At $400 a share, it's a $28 billion company. And at $600 a share, it's a $52 billion company. So there's your kind of your rate. 400 to 600 is kind of where the stock could be going to, just to be worth what Chewy's worth. That's not worth more than Chewy, just be equal to Chewy. And GameStop will be a bigger company. GameStop will actually be a larger sales and more profitable company than Chewy in the long run, because the Chewy people are zeroing in on the U.S. market, pet market, where GameStop is zeroing in on the global gaming market, global. And this is where the big difference lies. And this is why, one of the reasons I think why Mr. Cohen is here. So stick around for the show, kids. I think we're going to have some fun here. Very, very interesting. Welcome all. We're now 33 minutes away from the opening of the market. The Dow is down 3 points on the futures, so nothing to worry about there. S&P is up 7.8. NASDAQ up 95.5 points on the pre-market. Crude down 4 cents to 60.51. That's where we're sitting right now. Cheers to all of you around the world who are joining me here today. I've noticed earlier today when you were signing in to say hi to everybody, you were telling everybody where you're from. I love that. If you sign in and say hi to me, tell me where are you watching me from? What city or country? Where are you? I love the fact that we have such a global audience here. I so appreciate all of you and all your kind words. Cheers, by the way. Oh, yeah. I've been really enjoying a lot of the emails you're sending me, although I have a tough time reading them all. You have to forgive me if you don't get a response from me. I'm not ignoring you, and I don't hate you. That's not it. I can't keep up. That's why you're not hearing back from me. I might have time to quickly read your email, and then I'm quickly going to the next one, and I'm looking for problems. When I read my emails, I'm looking for issues that I need to tend to. And so I see all of your messages, and they're so kind. I read them aloud to Jen when I can. I say, listen to this, and I'll read her a paragraph or an entire email. But I cannot take 5 minutes and get back to you. I just can't do it because, one, I'm absolutely exhausted. Two, I'm overwhelmed with responses. Three, I'm on the air 5 hours a day or more. Plus, I'm trying to upload videos and I'm trying to organize my channel to a new level. There's a lot going on, and I don't have 25 staff members because I didn't know 8 weeks ago I would be this busy. And so forgive me for not, getting back to you personally. I try. And I know you, and I'm pretty sure you know that, but I just wanted to, double check and let you know. Okay, Jose, thank you for this sticker. Appreciate this very much. Very kind of you. These all of you who are doing this, these super chats, these super stickers. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Here we go. We got Nevada here. We got Florida here. We got our Ontario. We got Patsia in Portland. Which company is most likely to benefit from the infrastructure spending sprees? Well, give me a minute. I'm getting there. Texas, yeehaw. Designed for students. Thank you. Hello from Cambodia. Wow, that's awesome. Welcome from Cambodia. Hi, Bruce. Let's see, where was this here? Hi, Bruce. Do you think we'll see an attack on GameStop at the end of the day today? Anything's possible. I'm waiting for a wild ride today. It's the final day. It's the final day of the first quarter number one. We're going to see what happens here. Digby, thank you for this. Do you think we'll see an attack? Again, thank you, everybody. Also, I got that. We've got likes, thumbs up for Bruce. He needs more energy. Tacoma is here. Houston is here. Save your strength, UB. Uncle Bruce, we need you fresh in the AM. What's up with them thumbs ups? Give our man some credit. Hit that thumbs up button right now. Thank you. Some of you are cheerleading this. We're at 907 thumbs ups right now, 17 thumbs downs. Thank you for getting me close to 1,000 thumbs ups already this morning. Do appreciate it. If you're able to hit that thumbs up button, nail it now, and that'll encourage YouTube to send more people here, and more folks will find out of what's going on with GameStop, what's happening with Chewy. They can put 2 and 2 together and go, oh my gosh, GameStop is only trading at a third of the value it should be trading at right now. Oh my gosh. Yes, we will get a run on the stock. The more people that join this show and find out what really is happening, that's just good for the stock. So if you want GameStop to go to $1,000 a share or more, give me a thumbs up. That might help. That might help a little bit. Just saying. No guarantees, but I'm saying it could well be what is happening. Interesting stuff. We're waiting for a number of things to happen with the markets, with GameStop and other companies. But this morning, I will mention that there has been a lot of talk this morning on TV about the infrastructure program. And Roostak, thank you for the super sticker, buddy. Really appreciate that. Yes, we're going to be busy here. By the way, a couple of spots here: Justin, Texas, Tampa Bay, Vancouver's here, Connecticut, Miami, St. Paul, Holland, London, Iowa. Where you guys are amazing. Just north of you, Woodlands, Chicago's here, the beautiful city of Chicago. Hello from Romania, Florida, Corona, Florida, California, Kansas City, Kyoto, Japan. Good morning from West Texas, Orlando, Oxford, Michigan, Germany, Chilliwack from Vancouver, Lisburn, Northern Ireland, Fresno's here. Houston, love that place. Met my Jen there. Citadel shorting treasury bonds through Pala Fox Trading, market maker in Cayman Islands, owned by Citadel. Interesting. Russell 2000 doesn't rebalance until next quarter. We'll watch for that. Deanna, good morning, Bruce, and all you beautiful people from Palm Beach County, Florida. Chattanooga, Tennessee. We are here from the UK. We've got first day to the moon here. Philadelphia is here, baby. Good morning from Vermont. Freddie. Thank you so much, all of you. Charlotte, Guelph, Ontario. I played music in Guelph. Who else is here? Moonbase Luna is here. We got thumbs ups here. We've got good morning from beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. We've got borrow fee. Good morning. Any comment on GameStop low borrow fee for options? No comment on it. It changes probably hourly. Thumbs ups. We've got this coming through here, guys. Thank you. Grandview, Tennessee, Austin. We have 1,200 thumbs ups and climbing. I think right now, Tulsa, Austin. Who else is here? My gosh, Munich, London, Texas, left coast, Chicago, Quebec City. Good morning, Toronto, San Diego, Denver, Colorado, Wales, Northeast Texas, Scotland, Zurich. We have Indiana, Vancouver, New York, Minnesota, South Dakota, Chattanooga, Mexico, Blackpool, Weston, Supermar. Been there. North Carolina, Corona, Staffordshire, the UK. Guys, thank you, all of you. So many of you for popping in here. I mean, I'm going as fast as I can. I cannot keep up. Long Beach, Boca Raton, Memphis, Louisiana, Scotland, Bonners Ferry, just south of me here. Hello, Switzerland. Austin, Texas, goes the Netherlands, reporting for duty. Charlotte, Boston, New York City, Australia, Nashville, Jacksonville, Budapest, Port Arenas, out of Port Arkansas or Park Arkan, whatever that is. Good morning. Good morning. Everyone's happy. Edmonton, how sad is that? Duval, Columbia. Lee Black, I keep your show up while I work at my desktop. You make my desk job. You make days less stressful and more enjoyable with your stories. An amazing community. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I'm trying to say hi to everybody here. Fresno, New York, Philadelphia. All that place. North Dakota, Raleigh. We from Boston. Love Boston. That's a bucket list city for me. Ryan, Uncle Bruce, give me a shout out for my 4 amazing daughters, Emmy, Skylar, Whit, and Asher. Done. Morning from Houston. Did you say you played music? I used to play music when I was in my college days. I used to play Papa music, polkas and waltzes for weddings and Oktoberfest and Springfest. We were in a German community, Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario. Put on the lederhosen and made a lot of money to wear those. To give you an idea how much money I used to make playing Papa music, I used to play bass guitar. During Oktoberfest in Kitchener, our monthly rent, Jennifer and I, when we first moved in together, we had a 1-bedroom furnished apartment. The rent was $172 a month in 1976. I was getting $200 a night playing music as a bass guitarist and a vocalist. $200 a night just doing that. And the rent was $172 a month. And we had a 10-night gig every year for Oktoberfest. So in 10 nights, I made 10 months, more than 10 months rent playing bass. That's how much money we used to get paid. It was huge. Those are the good old days. Orion, Uncle Bruce, can you give a shout out and say hello to my amazing daughter? Done. Boca Raton, Columbus, Boston, Lithuania, Boston, Los Angeles. Who else is here? Oh my gosh, I can't keep up. Olivia, thank you, all of you. Thank you. Walter, thank you for this. I just about missed it. New member, Not Sam Bubble Blower. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Joey J, you're here. I know you're here. Huge guitar player myself. MSFT doing something. And what do we got here? Bruce, do you have any video suggestions on how to buy call options? There will be. I'm going to be working on a series of videos on how to do options. The amount of requests that you guys are giving me is just overwhelming. And I think you guys are going to need some kind of a plain English way to follow this. And I'm plotting right now something. I'm trying to figure out a way to put a series together. Stand by. Just stand by. Otherwise, when you talk to me one-on-one, I can always talk to you about that. And I do that with a lot of you who contact me. So there you have it. Rochester is here. On 71, I paid $75 a month. Bills included in that. Yep. Bruce had a few polka hits. Seattle, California, Central Coast. Guys, thank you that you're all here. The infrastructure program. We're 23 minutes away from the opening. This infrastructure program is a mind blower to me, and it always is, because America is one of the most incredible countries in all the world. I have so many phenomenal viewers from the United States. I love going to the U.S. I love Americans, and I have a warm place in my heart for certain spots in the USA and many that I'd like to see. But I got to tell you, it boggles my mind, and I know that I talk to other folks who are not Americans who say the same thing. We're dumbfounded sometimes by some of the things that come out from the lower 48, and we also, though, will remind ourselves. Remember now, what you hear coming from America is probably through the media, and there's different kinds of media in the U.S. There's paid for media, there's sponsored media, there's influential media. There's all kinds of it. I mean, it's the modern world in which we live. But what I find amazing is when a country announces a major project that's being built, designed, planned. It's a cause for celebration. It's a cause for celebration. Brand new airport being built in China. It's a big deal. It's going to mean a lot of business going forward, a lot of travelers, a lot more opportunity with the hotels, car rentals, tours, sightseeing, on and on it goes. Business opportunities. When a big dam gets built, that's cause for celebration, because it's modern world and factories and jobs and all kinds of prospects. In America, it's kind of a mixed bag. We're hearing now in the last week or two or three about this proposed infrastructure plan for America, which is long overdue. Everyone admits it. America is way behind in getting their infrastructure updated and modernized. No one really complains. No one actually argues that point. The problem, unfortunately, is there seems to be a disconnect between the projects being proposed and those who argue the point. How are we going to pay for it? And I laugh because on the outside looking in, and I guess that's where I have an easier time of it. I'm not in the thick of it in the U.S. I'm out here in Canada looking in, and I'm going, well, let me get this straight. There's talk that $4 billion, not $4 billion. The talk is that $4 trillion will be spent on infrastructure in the U.S. But what the media doesn't talk about is that this is over at least 10 or 20 years, because you cannot build all of these bridges and ports and everything in like 6 months. It's impossible to do that. So you need to plan and figure out and organize the construction of these projects over a decade or longer. So it's actually not $4 trillion in one shot. It's a $4 trillion commitment over a 10-year time frame. So it's only $400 billion a year. But having said that, $400 billion a year, still not chump change. All right. Then how is it paid for? Well, of course, the U.S. government borrows the money up front to build these pieces, these things, roads, bridges, and everything else. And the United States government can borrow money unlimited from the bond markets of the world at right now lower than inflation cost prices. And these bonds that are issued are 30-year notes in effect. So it's going to take 10 years to spend the $4 trillion to build out whatever you're building out. It'll take 10 years to then fund it all out. And it'll be 30 years before the money is due. And even when the money is due, the bonds are usually just rolled over. And so in effect, America has to come up with the interest on the money, because they don't ever have to pay it back, because that's exactly how it always works. Very rarely does the United States government actually have a surplus and pays off notes. That's bad news, because pension funds and hedge funds and mutual funds, they need the interest income. They need to buy government bonds to have a solid AAA investment for their pensioners. This is how the system is set up. But nonetheless, they will issue eventually $4 trillion in notes. It'll take 10 years to do it. It'll be 2 presidents from now by the time it's all said and done. And who knows who the president is next time, the time after. Who knows how far this goes, but let's just say it happens. And America is $4 trillion owing to bondholders, most of which will be Americans, to have infrastructure now. And the infrastructure now, new bridges, roads, seaports and airports and everything, is good for business, good for tourism, which is business, emergency transportation, possible military use, especially interstate highways that are built to code to handle military equipment if necessary. That's what it was all about when Eisenhower enacted it. He wanted to have an intercontinental highway system that the military had access to if in time of war, to move troops and equipment from wherever to wherever, north, south, east, west. And that's really what still today to be done. In any event, the amount of taxation generated by governments, local, county, state, and federal, is massive, because when you open up your country and you allow more goods to freely transact and people to freely move about, they spend money. That's how this works. And when people spend money, a little bit, these pennies come trickling through to all these governments out there. And that is the business. That is the business of a country. The bridges and the highways are built for the people. They're built for the nation and benefiting the nation. And the nation generates more economic activity, just making the nation richer and this is where the money comes from. But at the end of the day, 30 years down the road, when the debt is maturing, do not forget that at that time, a $1 bill there will be paying dollars from here. And for example, today in 2021, 1991 bonds are maturing now. From 1991, any 30-year note that was created is maturing now. And back in 1991, the United States government was not issuing trillions of dollars of debt. they were issuing billions of dollars in debt, not trillion. And so today, if a $10 billion note pops up that is maturing, the United States government has been using that $10 billion for 30 years to fund whatever it funded, and been paying interest on it. It now rolls it over. The interest rate now on that 10 billion is at a much lower rate to turn it over. Maybe that was issued at 5%. Now it's being issued at 2%. And that $10 billion that they're paying up, that 10 billion way back when may have built infrastructure that would today cost 40 billion to build. And so this is actually 25 cents on the dollar or 35 cents on the dollar. It's a fraction of what it actually was. It's not like that's become a $40 billion problem. That was a $10 billion issue. Every year the interest has been paid on the money. And now the government is turning it over, rolling over into a new bond at 2.5%. It's going to be 3% less expensive to carry going forward. And it's a new 30-year note until 2051. And in 2051, this $10 billion that was issued in 1991 is equivalent of $1 billion future dollars. It's shrinking in expense because of inflation. And I'm not talking about 20% a year inflation. I'm talking about 2%, 3%, and that kind of inflation we've been having now for over a decade still means that all this debt ever issued by the US government is getting cheaper to handle and getting cheaper to refinance. And here we are at the crossroads at this moment in time where the United States government is in this juicy position, an absolute golden opportunity to borrow $4 trillion going forward at next to nothing interest rates, less than inflation, and to redo its infrastructure. And yet there are forces out there saying this is a bad idea. And this is where we just blow our minds are blown. You would rather have potholes on your interstates. You'd rather have bridges that are known to be in real trouble. And if you don't repair them now, you have to replace them in 5 years. And if you replace a bridge rather than repair a bridge, you're talking 20 times the money because you got to knock the old one out, put the new one on. Unthinkable money. Here, you're saving money by doing this infrastructure program. And if you had an annual infrastructure program preset, instead of making it a special 1 in 10 year thing or 1 in 20 year thing, you just had an automatic rollover program to just do it. It would just be part of the economy as a whole, and the amount of jobs created for Americans, and these jobs to redo bridges, highways, airports. These are good paying gigs. These are the kind of jobs that people can sink their teeth into, and they can get a house, they can buy a car, they can furnish a house, they can put kids through school. These are taxpayers. These are people who are throwing their wages right back into the United States. I mean, we're talking local, let's go local. It is a reason why China has been spending trillions of dollars on its own infrastructure, because they are employing hundreds of millions of their citizenry for good paying gigs, and they're opening up their economy from one end of the country to the other. Despite what you think of their politics, these guys are economically winning, and the United States is behind the 8 ball. It's time to step up, invest in yourself to deliver the goods. And anyway, on the outside, I'm looking in going, this is a slam dunk. This shouldn't even be, there should be complaints about why it's only $4 trillion. Why isn't it 15 trillion? Why aren't we spending spending $1 trillion a year for the next 10 years? Why are we only spending 400 billion? This is not enough, because it isn't. It actually isn't enough. It doesn't fix the problems. It puts some problems another decade down the road. And with inflation, the last year of a 10-year program, it's not going to be 400 billion in the last year. It's going to be 600 billion in the last year because 10 years of inflation added onto the bill. So the infrastructure program now isn't a 4 trillion, it's a $5 trillion program because the last 4 years are more expensive than the first 6. But that's because the first 6, you only did 400 billion a year. You didn't do $1 trillion a year. If you did $1 trillion now, you would totally employ every American out there available, and you would need to import people. You would actually need to do that, which of course would grow the economy. But politically, good luck. Try to sell that. There's certain people who want to shut the whole thing down, close it all off, and keep it a club. Okay, whatever you want. The market loves the idea of a $4 trillion stimulus program. Loves it. There are market players or headlines right now on all the major publications out there speculating which companies would be the biggest winners of a $4 trillion stimulus program. Which companies would be the big home run hitters? Which engineering firms? Which architectural firms? What cement companies? What paving outfits? What contractors, subcontractors? Which states would get the most spent on some of their big projects? I mean, this is huge. It's massive, and everybody will want in on it. Every state will want in on the infrastructure build out, but none of them will support how to pay for it because, I mean, that's you don't get votes talking about how to raise money to do this, when in reality, you don't really need to do much in the way of taxes in any event because your activity levels, the growth of the economy will alone spit out trillions in taxes over the next 30 and 40 years. Remember, a bridge is not a 2-year bridge. A bridge doesn't last 2 years. A bridge built today will last 50 years. How many presidents is that? Well, if they're all one-termers, we're talking 12 termers. If we're talking a 2-year congressman, you're turning over 2-year congressman every 2 years. 50 years, 25 congressmen later, that bridge is still working. These current people are just so short-sighted and so laser focused on getting elected in the next cycle. They're not interested in the economic picture, and so you're not getting it. The only place you're going to get the economic picture is from Wall Street. That's one of the only places you're going to get it. But Wall Street knows this is a crapshoot, kids, because theoretically, the next election could undo all of this because of politics. And there you have it. One of the biggest blown opportunities, in my opinion, that was on a silver platter, ready to be enjoyed by the Northeast United States, was blown out of the water when Governor Christie for New Jersey nixed the underground tunnel that was going to connect Jersey, a new tunnel connecting Jersey to New York, Manhattan. Blew it. It was a hundreds of billions of dollars of economic activity, jobs for New Jersey like you couldn't believe, and tax revenues like you couldn't believe. And the feds were on board. New York was on board. The bankers were all on board. And Christie had a spat with whichever Democrat he didn't like. I'm not sure if it was whoever was in office at the time. Was that the first year of the Obama administration, or was that before? I don't know, but didn't get it done. And opportunity lost, because now to build that project now, it's double the price, 2.5 times the price, and 20 years of economic activity lost that could have been had already. You can't measure it though, and that's where no one's accountable. Those people who said no are not accountable to you and I and our children. It's the way it is. But that was a big mistake, a huge. And on the outside, we were looking and going, "You got to be kidding me! You guys can't get your act together between this state and the 30 million people living within an hour of you guys, and all the activity you see, and all the traffic jams you see, and all the nightmares you're seeing about inefficient deliveries. It's all right there. It's right there. How do you see that?" Well, when you're a politician, you don't see straight. You only see polls. You don't see anything else, unfortunately. And so, rightly or wrongly, it didn't get done. And to this day, the Northeast could sure use a boost in how its delivery systems would be improved. But I don't know if it'll ever get done. It's just the world in which we live. Susan, thank you, Susan, for becoming a member of this channel. Love the fact that you gals are joining us. This is beautiful. Thank you, Lee Black. Welcome to America. The dual party system is destroying the country. No one can work together. No middle ground in today's tribal political system. It's so sad. It is so unfortunate because the country is such an amazing place and the people are such incredible people. Unfortunately, the system is so entrenched and filled with such hatred. It is just mind-numbing how much of that there is, and it's really too bad. It just amazing. There's the America and Canada and Mexico and other countries. We all have the best of the world, and we also have the worst of it, and it is just the way it is. And you gotta tolerate the good and the bad, and it's too bad. Sometimes, unfortunately, the inability for people to get together, you're not able to get business done. And if you're not going to get business done, you're limiting your upside potential economically, and that's where it's self-inflicted wounds is what it is. In any event, 5 minutes to the opening. Don't want to talk politics, but sometimes this comes up right in the middle of business, and I hate it when business gets interrupted by politicians. I hate it. Ms. Jen 1028, welcome, and thank you for joining the channel. Fantastic, gals. Welcome aboard, all of you from around the world. I'm so glad you're all here. We are now at 91.67 on Chewy, up 14% this morning. GameStop at 197.49, up about $3 a share. Coming into the last 4 minutes of the opening, we're watching CNBC over there. They're doing some kind of a promo. Thank you all to all of you who have become members and who are making donations through super chats and super stickers. Thank you, guys. What's going to happen? It's amazing that they think he's talking about politics when he's talking about business. What can I say? This is also the problem. You can't talk business without people going the other way. Oh, you're interfering with my country's affairs. I don't like that. It kind of sounds like China, because that's what China says if you comment on their chopsticks. And how dare you talk about our country like that? What are you talking about, you guys? Yeah, it's crazy. Chris, thank you for becoming a member. I love that. Nice to have you here. And we're welcoming all the newbies today. It is fantastic. And I think you're all great to join. I'm so grateful all of you are coming by and joining us. This is absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Chris. Let's see what else is coming through here. The Dow is up 4 points. The S&P up 7. NASDAQ up 80. Oil down 34 cents. We're about 2 minutes away from the opening. The commercials are running hot and furious on CNBC, because right now is when you sell your commercials for the top dollar. We got Winnipeg reporting in. Thank you so much. Where we go. Bruce, you were talking about infrastructure and economic impact. The chat devolved because we can't help ourselves. There you go. America is a tough place to understand sometimes, but our great-great-grandparents went west. We are the descendants of pioneers and cast-offs. That's true. I love the what was the line? I think it was might have been in Stripes. Bill Murray may have had it where he was giving a motivational speech to his barracks, the guys in the barracks, all these losers. And he was talking about how America is so great because we're made up of people from around the world that nobody wanted. We're like the greatest cast of losers of all time. And that what makes us great. And they all went, yeah, that's right. And I love that movie. And I love Bill Murray and Canada. We're in the same boat here. I mean, our original, the arrivals into this country weren't the cream of the crop from other countries either. But that's just the way it was. Australia, Australia is Australia. And New Zealand is New Zealand, and we are who we are. And I say, hey, you know what? Way back when, maybe the best people left, and they left the losers behind from where they came from. But it's all up for debate, and I don't care. I just want you to make money. Chris Stock, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Bill Murray would be perfect to play Bruce. Greater than the sum of its parts. Yes, that is Australia. In America, I'm always bashing him. Let's get back to GameStop and the stock market, Bruce, please. Well, we're waiting for the opening. We're a minute away. They're getting ready. Jim Cramer's talking, and the bell's about to start knocking. We've got the market opening on a positive note across the board. Slight gains on the big markets. GameStop 197.05 is what I'm showing at the moment. Waiting for the first trades of the day to see how we'll perform. Watching closely. Thank you all for being here today, catching up with me and Jen. Love you for this, and let's see if we have a good day and an interesting day today with the last day of the quarter. It is going to be something. It's going to be wild and wacky. Let's get rich. Bruce is on the way. Got to get those hedgies today. Buy at the bottom of it. Money. What's going on with Chewy? We chilling. We've got David. I was born in Cuba. I love America, but Americans need to start working together, not against each other. This country has given me everything, and Americans don't know how good they have it. Sometimes that's true of all countries. You talk to people who are in these countries, whether it's Canada or Germany, even Germans and French and what have you. I have relatives in Germany, and I look at them and I go, "You guys have got the greatest thing going," and they're going, "What are you talking about?" And I tell them how fortunate they are to be German, and they just go, "We got all kinds of problems here." And I'm going, "Yeah, I know. So do we. No surprise there. We all know that. But they're solvable, aren't they?" And they go, "Well, yeah, they are solvable, but we got the wrong people in charge." Well, they sound familiar? Yeah, I know that feeling. I've heard that all over the place. You betcha. Anyway, thank you. We're running along here, 198.74 on GameStop. We have opened the day, and we're up and running. AMC up 7 cents to 10.42. And it's green across the board here on all kinds of our stocks that we're following. Good sign. We'll see how the day starts for the last day of the quarter. Let's see what's going on. Ding-a-ling, totes, Bill Murray, perfect to play, Bruce. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. This is fantastic. Nice to have you here. We got the bells going. Ding, 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 ding. We're up and running. 198.88 on GameStop. Very good. Over on the Chewy front, let's see if we can check a quick peek on Chewy. Just see if we got it. There we are. It's now at 90.77, up 10.39, up 12.9%. So Chewy's got a good start to the day. Dow was up 82, so that's a good start. It was only showing a couple point gain earlier. S&P up 12, NASDAQ up 76, oil down 44 cents to 60.11, and we've got stuff going on here. What is happening now? Sorry, here we go. A lot of folks rocking. We want to rock is what is coming up here. Fantastic. We do want to rock, don't we? 197.50. Let's get things happening today. That would be great. Kevin, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I'm glad you're here too. We are here to see what's going on. Volume, let's go. Let the market manipulation begin, please. Welcome, Kevin, to the family. Thank you, guys, all of you. What's happening now? Let's get a refresh on this. 91-point gain on the Dow. S&P up 13. NASDAQ up 84. GameStop 196.86, approximately up 240 is where we're at so far this morning. Chewy 90.53 it would appear. I'm just going to refresh my screen. 90.52 up 10.14. So it's got a good start to the day. And like I said, we are looking into the future. If you take a little glimpse at Chewy, there's a little reflection there about what's going to happen with GameStop. Chewy is now making a profit on a quarterly basis. This will be interesting to watch and see how this moves forward. And I'm kind of curious about how this will translate into GameStop, because as Chewy, as it becomes apparent to the street that Chewy is now profitable, they will begin to trade at a multiple of sales that might be higher than the past. It might well be that analysts now will up their rankings and ratings on Chewy. And as soon as they sense an e-commerce company turning the corner, it could well be that Chewy will trade at a very high sales multiple, which tells me there's the future peak again at GameStop. This is for you guys to understand that once the street understands that GameStop and accepts it and says, okay, GameStop is now going e-commerce. Okay, we buy into the coinization of this company. We get it. We're on board. Let's review the numbers of GameStop. More than half of its sales are or electronic or e-commerce or 2/3 or 3/4, they will shift over. And then it'll be interesting to see, well, where's Chewy at? If Chewy is trading at 10 times sales, will GameStop trade at 10 times sales? Well, if GameStop has 10 billion in sales, that is a $100 billion company with 70 million outstanding. That's a $1,300 stock. So this is what I'm talking about. We're watching the performance of Chewy very closely, and we'll watch going forward now over the next few weeks and months how Chewy's shares will be viewed and valued, and analysts making expectations and guesses as to where they think Chewy will be in a year. That's what we now will keep an eye on over here on the Chewy factor, watching GameStop on this side over here. So there you are, guys. We could have something very, very, very good here. And like I said, I love this. Anyway, that's what we're talking about, one day at a time, and we're doing what we can. Thumbs ups for Bruce. Thank you, guys. I just bought 20 IPOE. Bruce, IPOE is $16.96, up 46 cents this morning. Vector Acquisitions up 15 cents. AMC down 7, by the way. NavSite up 4 cents. IPOE up 50 cents, now to $17. Gore's Holding up 31 to 13.33. VGAC up 3 cents to 10.19. That is a real bargain. Starboard Value up 6 cents to 9.95. Fortress Value up a penny to 10.09. Vanek Vectors Semiconductor Fund up 3.30. Home Depot at 58 cents to 3.05 now. IBM down 62 cents. Dow up 79.5 points. Microsoft up 92 cents. Apple up $1.65. Tesla up $12. So we've got a good start to this market. Bed Bath & Beyond up again. Now they're 7 cents to 29.59. BlackBerry down 79 cents to 8.55. BlackBerry is not doing well. The Real Mole, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Ben, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. I appreciate this. Do you like Chewy as a buy? Not really. I'm not. The easy money was made on Chewy a while back, but I'm not afraid of where the stock is. I don't think it's topped. There could be upside. I'm curious to see what the street thinks the upside should be. Excuse me. That's what I'm curious about. What I'm also wondering about is it's possible that the Chewy shares could overrun and go a bit too far. And the reason I say that is because there are only 95 million Class A shares out there on Chewy, and those are the ones we watch trade. What you don't see trading and is not trading on this quote are the Class B shares. Those are the ones with additional votes. But Class B and Class A together means that there's over 400 million Chewy shares out there. And so a $1 move on the A's will give you the impression that the whole entity has gone up dramatically. And so I'm very curious to see how this works out. Whereas with GameStop, there are no Class B shares. There are no other shares. There's just the Class A shares, 70 million. That's it. So it's a very tightly held company compared to Chewy. And I'm just curious to see where Chewy's market cap will eventually end up at once the street digests the financials that have just come out this morning. So this next few days will tell us a lot about Chewy and its potential. But keep in mind, this is the first quarter for Chewy as well. Everyone is going through the end of the first quarter right now. Today might be a day that will not give us the accuracy we would really like to have with regard to actual values of companies because of all kinds of shenanigans going on for the end of the month, which is tonight at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow and Friday, tomorrow and then next week, we'll see what the market really is going to show us what it's going to do. And that's why I'm curious about Chewy 3-4 days from now into next week's trading. All right, so stick around and we'll watch for that. Thank you, Danius, for becoming a member of this channel as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Also, thank you, Alan. If the float is 70 million, is that the total shares for the U.S. market, or does that include the global market? That's all of it. That's everything. There are 70 million shares of GameStop in existence from the company. How many actual shares are trading hands is the debate that we always have. And we know certain facts, one of which is you look up the holdings of the mutual funds institutional funds like pension funds and ETFs and index funds, you add up all the shares that they own, that they report to the SEC that they own, and they are legitimate owners of stock of GameStop. They own more than 70 million shares. This is where the question mark's coming from. How can that be? Because there are individual retail investors that own stock in GameStop, not inside institutions like pension funds. Then there are the insiders of the company that also own their shares. Then there's these institutions. Then there's the declared short position. There's failure to deliver stock positions all over the place. And we're guessing that over 200 million shares of GameStop actually change hands all the time. Actually trade. But there's only 70 million actually represented by the company. If you had a scenario where all the stock of GameStop was consolidated into the 70 million that are actually out there, that's where you guys come in, the stock would be triple the price. It's my opinion. I think it would be $600 a share right now, because there are 3 times as many shares actually trading when there's only 1/3 the stock in existence. So get rid of the 140 million shares and make them buy back their short positions. This stock won't be at 197 a share. There's no way. It'll be much higher price because of the demand of this on the stock. Couple that with the value of Chewy and how it's now lifting in value. GameStop will enjoy that. That again justifies more than a $600 stock. This is why GameStop is such right here. It's actually a bargain. That's my opinion, though. I'm not. It's not the law. It's just my thought, and you got to decide for yourselves if I'm right or not. And see what you want to do. Anyway, there you have it. This is the latest info. We are watching the markets opening strongly today, opening in the green, which is nice to see. And we're watching how Chewy's going to play out today. We're now watching GameStop. It's been up all morning here. Will it be attacked by a short hit? Will there be an attack on this stock to drop this thing down for the end of the quarter, which is tonight at 4 o'clock Eastern time? We're all here. We're all ready. We're willing to watch it out and see what's going on. Giro Far, hello Bruce. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I have a question. What is the realistic GameStop price share if a short squeeze takes place? Limitless. That's the question. It's the answer. There's no limit. No limit. If the sellers don't want to sell to a desperate buyer, the desperate buyer has raised their price. That's all there is to it. Just like a house. You folks watch real estate all the time on TV. They talk to you about what houses are trading at, and you shake your heads and you're going, how can it be that in San Francisco a house can sell for $4 million and the same kind of house in Arkansas can sell for $150,000? Well, how is that possible? Well, it's more demand in San Francisco than in Arkansas. It's as simple as that. It's a law of supply and demand. The buyers in Frisco are more desperate to buy homes there because of a limited supply than in Arkansas. There's a lot of houses available in Arkansas for whatever reason. And that's the same in other states. Compare New York real estate to Pittsburgh real estate. Compare Chicago downtown condo prices to condo prices in downtown Cincinnati. There's a difference. And it's a law of supply and demand. And this is the thing with shorted stock. If you've got 140 million shorted or trading that shouldn't be out there, need to be bought back to reverse these ridiculous stock positions just on GameStop. And the sellers the guys who have it, that's you guys who own this stock. You own a half a share, you own a share, 5 shares, 20 shares. If you're not interested in selling this stock at under $1,000 a share, they're going to have to pay you more. It's just that simple. There's no magic to this. It is a pure law of supply and demand at any one moment in time. All right. At this second, right now, the stock is trading at $195. That is the equilibrium right now between buyer and seller. Right this second, $195. But a second or two from now, it'll change because it always does. If the sellers who are thinking of selling or who would like to be sellers begin to understand that, oh, there's a reason for the stock to go much higher in the next few days, they'll pull their orders. They won't even offer their stock for sale at any price. There'll be no offers. And right now, 195.74 is the current trade of the stock. It just went up 74 cents. Why did it do that? Why did it go from 195 to 195.74 in 10 seconds? Because there was a buyer who was more eager to get in than the last one, and the sellers were not available until 195.74. There weren't any until then. The buyer didn't want to wait any longer, stepped up and bought that stock. Right now, 195.25. Some sellers have come in and offered stock at a lower price than the last trade, but they probably didn't notice that it just traded at 95.75 or 95.74, and they hit the 195.25 bid. Could have given themselves 50 cents more a share, because it's how you enter your orders that will also determine the kind of price you're going to get for your stock, whether you're a buyer or whether you're a seller. It's all in how you handle your orders. And there are millions of dollars a day won and lost by people who are lousy buyers or smart buyers, or lousy sellers and smart sellers. There's a whole philosophy to understand about the minutia of the markets, and pennies can add up to dollars. 17 the Goat is a new member of this channel. Welcome, 17 the Goat, to the gang. I'm glad you could make it and join us here today. All right. Just Breathe the Sing. I'm not selling. I'm not selling. I will have to rewatch the first part here. Welcome to the Goat family. Welcome. Everyone is welcoming the 17 to go to the show. 195.78 is where we're trading right now, up $1.31. Volume on GameStop to start the day in 15 minutes has been 1,200,000 shares. Nothing happening. It's dead quiet on GameStop. 1.2 million. It's actually even up on that. Up on the day, but not by a lot. Will we now see an attack on the stock because of the quiet opening? We'll have to watch. We'll be here. Francisek, sometime you just want to get out and write it off because you don't want a nuclear meltdown in your portfolio from one position. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you have to take time out and just not hold anything. It's all up to you. Just bought 32 GameStop, right on. Eduardo, welcome. Welcome all. 195 on the stock. The Dow is up 61 points, S&P up 16, NASDAQ up 134. That's where we're at right now. Watching this market, we've got emojis coming in here. Thank you for this. We have 1,900 thumbs ups today. Thank you guys for joining me. 5,200 of you now here with me live this morning. Only 51 thumbs downs. Thank you for the great support of thumbs ups. Joining this channel and commenting. Thank you all for that. Chewy coming on again. It's now up to $89 a share. It's up $9. It's fluctuated a little bit today, but it's having a very good day. Chewy has turned a profit for the first time in a quarter, and this is a big deal, and this is a very big deal for GameStop shareholders. You may not think it that way, but it is a big deal for you guys as GameStop shareholders. You want to see Chewy go to the green. This is what you want to see. It's going to show you the future of your stock. Hypothetically, what is the advantageous to having a higher versus lower share price at the end of the day for a financial quarter? Why pump today versus tomorrow? Because at the end of the quarter and the end of the month, a lot of managers of hedge funds and a lot of managers of pension funds and mutual funds get paid a bonus based on the first quarter final price. And that will help value the fund that they're managing against the last quarter of last year, December 31. So it's every 90 days, these contracts with a lot of these managers, and there are thousands of managers for thousands of funds, whether they be ETFs, whether they're index funds, hedge funds, mutual funds. There are thousands of managers, thousands of funds, and tens of thousands of instruments, stocks included, that are all measured at 4 o'clock this afternoon for the end of the first quarter. And that is why there could be window dressing. We call this window dressing by fund managers, and it's an accepted part of the business. This is the way it is. This is always done. And sometimes the markets do nothing all day long on the last day of a quarter until the last 45 minutes. And then the markets gyrate like crazy because there are big blocks of stock moved from here to here. Get out, get in, make this, do that. It's insanity. And this is why today is such a big deal. Okay, it's hard for me to understand. Sorry, the short squeeze, short starts. People are holding. Price goes parabolic. Do they have to pay? They have money to pay. I'm not sure if that makes sense either. If you are a holder of stock, you pay nothing. If your stock goes nice and high and you want to sell it, congratulations. You sell your stock, sell some of your stock, whatever you want to do. If you are short stock, however, you're on the wrong side of the market and the market is going up against you, you are losing the higher the stock goes. And it can be unlimited upside, which can be a big, big problem. And so, of course, brokerage firms will step in and say to a client, hey, look, you shorted this stuff at 160 a share, 120 a share, $80 a share. It's now 194 on GameStop. You need to bring in more money to hold your position because you don't have enough cash here to protect us, the brokerage firm, against what we're lending you on this stock. We want you to cough up more cash. The customer says, I don't have any more money. The brokerage firm says, all right, well, then we'll just buy the stock back on the open market and that'll flatten you out. The problem is that if you have a client with a big short position, you could be talking about millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that could be lost on a forced buy-in. And if you have a market moving up quickly, that means every short seller has got a problem across the board. And if we're talking about 150 million shares that are technically unaccounted for, that can't be traced back to actual certificates, every time the stock goes up $1, these 150 million shares are 150 million more expensive to buy back every time the stock goes up $1. Stock goes up $30 a day for 10 days in a row. We're talking a $300 move on 150 million shares. We are talking billions and billions of dollars of nightmare problems. And this is where buybacks will be forced all over the street. No questions asked. The buyers don't even get to argue the fact. They're just bought in. And there could well be brokerage firms out there that today are very comfortable with their client's position being short. Very comfortable. Everything's fine. But if this stock starts to run in an hour, the brokerage firm isn't so comfortable anymore. And all of a sudden the rules change, because in the short trading world and the margin world of the brokerage business, rules can change in a moment, and they can be very violent against the client. It can be very nasty. So if you're liable for money to a brokerage firm against an underlying security like a GameStop, and you're short that stock and it starts to go up, the brokerage firm will all of a sudden view you as a problem and not as an ally. And they're going to want to cover your position. They'll buy you in without even talking to you about it. And the next thing you know, you just bought back your stock at $280 a share. You had no idea what's going on. Stock is just running away. And you might have a debit balance in your account that the broker will insist you cough up, because that is the deal you signed up for when you became a client of that broker and you began to short this stock. That is the volatility and the risk you are assuming as a shorter, that you could be bought in at any time at whatever price the stock's available at, and you might not like it. Too bad. And that's why being a long holder is the happy way to go from time to time, because shares can take off to an unbelievable level because these shorters are getting their butts handed to them and they're being bought in at market, and whatever that market is. And that could be wonderful for those who are long. Lots of speculation. What's going on here? If it dips, I'm buying 10 more shares. Maybe I like Bruce said, it's worth to wait for the last 45 minutes to buy on the dip. We'll watch for that. Is this a roller coaster for ants? Attack GME, or do they start factoring in counterparty risk on the option contract? I'm used to covering my shorts. There's all kinds of strategies to protect yourself if you're long. There's all kinds of strategies you can employ if you're short. You just have to have the money to do it, and you have to have the know-how. You have to have the access to these markets, and you've got to have someone on top of your account at all times, whether it's a broker for you or yourself, or whether you're a pension fund or a hedge fund that happens to have 25 traders in the room, 5 of which are on top of the GameStop market alone, two guys watching the stock, two guys watching call contracts and put contracts, and others just handling, media outlets to see what's going on. I mean, there's just all kinds of activity. 191 on GameStop, down 346. Are we getting a little sell-off right now? Looks like it. If you take a look at the chart, you'll notice how the stock is suddenly, without explanation, taking a dive. It's just going straight down. Why is that? Maybe there's a seller who is in need of a much lower price for the stock, and this is the time you start now hitting this market, and maybe that's the plan. I don't know, but that could be the plan. 1.7 million traded, no volume here to speak of, so there's not a lot of buyers hanging around with big buy orders in this 190 range. The sellers are coming and going a little bit here, a little bit there. We'll watch and see if this stock has more downside movement or not. Chewy, 88.06, up 768. Still up 9.5%. So it's having a fine day, but it was higher, was in the 92, 94 range earlier. GameStop now 192.30 is where I see it right now. I sold yesterday, and I'm betting on buying it back before the close. That is being done by people here and there. I wouldn't have bought GameStop this high in months, but if I could right now, I would. What if the hedge fund scheduled an appointment with you for advice on how to get out of it with their short? What would you tell them? I'm the last guy they would ever talk to about they have more in-house talent than I'll ever know. But, I've been telling them, if anyone's been here the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I've been consistent on the GameStop story. I would not be recommending anyone be short this thing. That's for darn sure. Anyway, what can I say? What else is happening? Loaded and ready to panic buy, says Saul. Whales are waiting. Damn it, I got pulled away to do my job, but I'm back. Did Bruce talk about the everything short? Laugh out loud. Can you imagine? Let's go here. Don't give them answers, Bruce. That could be a hedge fund super spy. They come to Bruce and ask, please help. Selling and buying back is literally giving them shares. Why would you even play this if that's your plan? Just average down on this stuff. When does the squeeze potential end if the stock interest is no longer high? Will it go into restricted short selling today? It has to go down 10% in price. It hasn't done that. It's now 194.05. It's down 41 cents on the day. We don't have enough of a drop here to do that. Let's see. What else is going on? 194. Is this the dip? We don't know. It's literally 134.39. I show it now 193.98. Great question. Hedgies are here now. I see you. Bruce too modest, like he doesn't outclass them all day long. I'd love to hear his thoughts. He has not discussed everything short. 193.93 down 53 cents. Volume showing just under 2 million. Let me double check that now. 1.8 million volume. Not a lot to get excited about. AMC at 10.16 down 19 cents. Got to ask, is the same thing going to happen with AMC? Are there shorters out there who are short this stock, AMC, at 11, 12, 13, $14? Are they going to drive this stock as hard as they can lower so they can cover at 8 or 9 today? Is that their plan? I don't know. AMC volume today is only 4.9 million. That is extremely quiet for AMC. So there's not a lot of panic buying into that stock at this point. But again, things can change between now and the bell tonight. So we'll be here to watch it. All these SPACs that I'm following seem to be higher right now. VACQ is up 20 cents. NavSite is up 6. IPOE up 58 cents. Gores Holdings up 23. VGAC up 9. Starboard up 6. Fortress is unchanged. And Vanik is up 5.40 a share. Home Depot up 86. IBM is down $1.43. It's in the red, but not a lot. The Dow is up 25 points, giving up some of that gain now. It is backed off a bit. The NASDAQ, though, has not backed off. It's up 1.2% right now, up 157 points. Pretty good for NASDAQ. S&P up 15.5 points right now. That's what we've got going here. We're watching this market and seeing where it wants to go. GameStop, 194.42, down 4 cents. GameStop is not going anywhere right now. Let's see what is happening here. What is going on? Bruce, the everything short is Reddit due diligence thesis showing Citadel shorting the bond markets to the ground. I know there's a lot of speculative talk about Citadel out there. Some of it justified, some of it fanciful. I don't know how to view that comment, whether it's dreamers out there or a lot of speculation by people are hopeful they're doing this. I have no idea. Maybe there are folks who are just trying to scare people or looking for clickbait. I don't know. Cav, hypothetically, with the sharp growth of the overall market, looking at the SPYs, could there essentially be a market pump and dump for window dressing? Not really. I mean, people keep forgetting that this term pump and dump is so misused all the time. S&P 500 stocks, Dow 30s, Russell 2000s, these are not pump and dump candidates for market manipulators. Pump and dump candidate stocks are generally penny stocks. Stocks under $1 for sure are possibly could be inside that kind of a campaign. Possibly, not. It might only be that 1% of them are ever in this kind of scenario. 99% of them are not. This pump and dump comment and terminology is really misused a lot by especially media out there that doesn't understand it and doesn't comprehend what it really means. But this window dressing today, it is not uncommon for the Dow to fluctuate 100 points up or down in the last 20 minutes of today's session. Common, always common in window dressing scenarios, and no one worries about it because the next day we're back to normal, and the next week we're back to normal, and it's a one-day wonder move. Ostrike, the gaming market includes more than retail distribution. It includes hardware manufacture and game development. Game development is a larger piece because the e-distributor cut is usually 20 to 30%. It'll be interesting to see just how involved GameStop will be in these other facets of this business. Andrew, Bruce, can you talk briefly about the open interest versus open volume on an options tree? Lots of interest in put options that's higher than volume. Well, when you want to buy and sell a call or a put contract, you're looking at the quote of what it's trading at, because it's trading over in the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. You'll see a bid, you'll see an ask, you'll see a last trade, you'll see the open interest, which tells you how many contracts actually exist for this particular contract, and every other contract one by one by one. You'll see the volume of how many contracts have traded today for that put or call contract. You'll see the high trade, the low trade. You might even get a chart showing you what it did today. If you overlap that with a chart of the stock that it's represented by, you'll kind of find a mirroring effect, because that's what options do. They are either on the call contract, they go with the call, they go with the stock exactly. With a put contract, they go the opposite direction of the stock, because that's like shorting stock. Sometimes situations show up where certain contracts will trade out of the money. So the stock for GameStop right now is sitting at, 193.68, and there are $195 or $200 contracts trading very aggressively. They're out of the money. On the other hand, there might be put contracts trading in the 180 strike price area. They're out of the money, and they're trading very aggressively. That's speculation being done on both sides of those trades. Some folks who are buying calls out of the money have a feeling that in a short period of time, because contracts don't have a long life, they have a year or less usually. In a short period of time, maybe in a month or two, or a week or two, or a day or two, GameStop is going higher. And there's a speculator out there willing to buy a call contract out of the money, thinking that if the shares do go higher, this contract I'm buying now will be in the money as these shares rise higher and higher and higher. And I will have controlled 100 shares by just buying one call contract. If I buy 10 of them, I'm controlling 1,000 shares. And so I could enjoy the upside move of 1,000 shares of GameStop if they go much higher from here, with a fraction of the cost it would cost me to buy 1,000 shares of this stock. That's why options are so popular. The same thing can be said of the put contract, though. Someone will be buying 10 put contracts for 180 out of the money, hoping and thinking the shares will drop in value beyond 180, and they will be in the money with 10 put contracts, controlling 1,000 shares of GameStop for a fraction of the cost of shorting 1,000 GameStop. That's another reason why options are so popular. So there are a lot of speculators on both sides of this market all the time, always. Now, some of these speculators who are buying puts or buying calls might either be long stock or short stock. So they're long stock. They hope it's going to go up, but they're buying put contracts just in case the stock goes down. But they're only using a fraction of the money that it's costing them to hold the shares that they bought. They do believe in the long term the shares can do very well, but they are aware of the fact that between now and 4 o'clock today, there's a possibility that these shares might gyrate quite a bit. And if they go down significantly during the day sometime, the put contracts that they bought this morning or yesterday or a few days ago, they may rise dramatically in value as the shares drop dramatically in value. And so they don't want to sell the stock they have because they are long-term holders and there's no guarantee the stock's going to fluctuate all that much. But in case it does and it goes down a lot, the puts they bought are like a form of insurance, and they go up in value to offset the loss of the stock. And if they see the stock bottoming out at a certain price point, they may then sell these put contracts into the Chicago market at a nice profit, which will offset any losses they've experienced on the stock they're holding. That's all this is. Now, they may turn around immediately and go, okay, we sold the puts. We're going to buy a bunch of calls. We're going to buy a bunch of call contracts on the other side of this trade, because if the shares come back to the 190 range again tomorrow on Thursday or on next Monday or Tuesday, those call contracts will be worth a lot more money, and we'll make money on the upside, including the fact that our shares are going back up in value. That could well be the strategy going on here. And the same thing on the other side of the market. People are long the stock or short the stock. Let's say they've shorted it, and they're buying call contracts, out of the money call contracts, just in case the market goes parabolically crazy on them and the shares want to run to $280 a share in 2 days. They've got call contracts at maybe 200 or 210 that will be way in the money. They will make a lot of money on those call contracts, but that will offset all kinds of money they're losing on their short position that is now really in trouble because the stock went up $80 on them. They're down $80 a share here, but they're up $80 a share or whatever it is on their call contracts. And they might actually have more call contracts in their hand representing more shares than they've shorted. They might be short 1 million shares or 100,000 shares, but they're long 500,000 shares in the form of call contracts. And so the amplification on the upside is much higher than what they're losing on the short position. They cash out a nice little hit there. They either buy more puts, they now take put position to go negative, or because the stock went up nicely, they're taking the gain, all the money that those contracts are worth, and they're shorting more shares at those higher prices. They're shorting more. Now they're averaging their short position between what they had and what they've done now to a level in the middle. And if the shares do back off and come back to where they were, they're ahead on their short position. This is always fluctuating. Billions of dollars in the market, trillions of dollars in the market. All stocks have short positions and long positions and call positions and put positions. And they're changing all the time. That's what makes this market what it is, a free trading market for individuals and institutional traders. And billions are won and lost every day on all kinds of stock. And you've got to decide what's your position in this whole deal. What is your thought, and why are you in, and what are you in for? What's the reason you bought stock? What's the reason you bought a contract? What's the reason you wrote a call contract? What's your reasoning? And are you prepared to either wait it out, just give it time? Can you handle the fluctuation of your investment up and down? Can you stand it? Can you handle days where the markets do not act like you thought they would, or they react to news that makes no sense whatsoever? Or can you tolerate politics getting in the middle of the markets from time to time, where some politician says something and the market goes up or down when it shouldn't have done anything? Can you handle that? The psychological warfare of the market. Can you tolerate it? Can you live with it? This is why in my profession, in my chosen profession way back when, I bought into the idea that I might need to be a motivator and a calm voice in a storm of crap, where I would talk down my brokers or talk down my clients and calm them down, and I would lift up my brokers or lift up my clients and keep them even keel through good and bad days, good and bad weeks, good and bad months, good and bad years. So many of you out there have no idea what a bad year is. You don't know what a real bad year in the market can be, and you've got to keep going into work. And you're going to work hoping you're not getting fired today. And you are on your best performance, and you're showing your bosses there's no need to worry about this guy in this cubicle. I'm an asset to the firm, and you have to prove yourself every hour of every day for a year, because all around you, you are seeing desks getting emptied out because people have been excused from further participation because they can't handle it. They can't take it. They're just not performing. That is when you earn your keep. And that's where managers look down and go, I see a future manager down there. That broker over there is going to get my job someday, because that individual and their tolerance and their ability to handle stress shows me that's a manager. That is an absolute winner, and we want to keep that person with us, because eventually that person's going to take over one of our branches, might take over this job. If I get a promotion to a senior VP position, that guy might take my desk. They see it. That's what management sees, and they figure out where the managers are coming from going forward 2 years from now, 4 years from now, 6 years from now, 8 years from now. That's how it goes. And sometimes certain people are management material, but they get stolen by another firm that also knows that too. And they go, yeah, that guy is ready for management now, but where he is or where she is, they won't be managers for 5 years, because they don't have an opening for another 5 years, because the management they have is young. But we need one now. We need a manager now. We're going to steal that guy or girl and bring him over here. And that's what happened with me. I was at one firm and I ended up going to another to become the manager over there. It's that way it works. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Gore, Det, Med, Cap. Hi, Bruce. I enjoyed the show. Would love your thoughts on Discovery after the RKO sell-off. I don't have a comment on these stocks per se. I did do an alert for members about Viacom CBS. And I was basically mentioning how analysts were not quick to jump on board these stocks that had been heavily sold off. They weren't coming in going, buy this stuff, buy this stuff. They were being lukewarm with their recommendations. And I was kind of cautioning people, be careful. These stocks may not do so well for a little while, especially if there are other problems coming up from other hedge funds that we don't know about it. And it might take a week to find out. And or the fact that blocks of stock just changed hands on Viacom and other companies, it could well be for the next month or two that these blocks will retrade, that these blocks are not in solid hands. They're in a temporary parking lot. And if the shares have any kind of upside of 5 or 10%, that block could well be being pieced off into the market by the buyer of that block. And I get it. I mean, if you buy 500,000 shares of stock at $50 a share, it used to be at 100, and it goes down to 45, and then it comes back to 50 where you got in at, and now it's going 51 to 53 to 55. You start selling off 5,000 shares here, 1,000 shares here, 800 shares here, 1,200 shares here. You're just piecing it out. You're not trying to hurt the market. You're just slowly bleeding off your position, because your game plan the whole time was, I want to buy this block at a cheap price, and then if I can get 10 or 15% gain on it, and it takes me a month to do so, I'll piece this off into the market as it recovers. That could be the strategy. And so the stock may not have much upside because of the heavy amount of stock that's coming in at it from this sell-off we just saw to loose hands. These are not diamond hand investors that bought these blocks. These are investors that are looking to resell it in any way they can, and they may do a block trade to get rid of the block at a profit, or they'll sell it off in little, like just salt on your sandwich. They just keep salting that sandwich every once in a while, and they just keep dumping it off, and they're up 10, 15, 20% as the market recovers somewhat, but it just can't get back to where it came from because there's all these shares available. So that's something to keep in mind on some of these stocks. All righty. Thank you all of you for being here, supporting us and commenting and joining the channel. This is beautiful. Thank you, all new members. We have right now got 2,200 thumbs ups on this show. Thank you for that. We're at 188 on GameStop, down 580. We have 59 thumbs down. Thank you for your support of this channel. What are we at right now? Folks are sending me greetings and comments on my email accounts. If you would like a private one-on-one session with me, I offer those Saturdays and Sundays, 1 hour sessions where we talk about whatever you want to talk about. Do you want to talk to me about life in general? Just want to use me as a sounding board for an idea you have, whether it's your portfolio, you want me to just kind of look at it with you and give you my opinion on it. More than happy to meet with you for an hour. I charge $400 US an hour for my time, and you need to send me an email. Send me an email on my email address, and I will respond to you. Just title it. I would like to have a one-on-one session with you. Write me a little sentence, Bruce. I'd like to talk to you, or tell me what it is you want to talk to me about. Please let me know when we can schedule a 1 hour get together. I will then send you a proposal for an hour down the road here. And some of you are asking me, can you see me as soon as possible? I've got issues. I need to talk to you right away. What I'll do is I'll give you a projected date, and then I will tell you that if an opening comes up earlier, a cancellation, I'll give you a shout and slot you in if that works for you. And a lot of you are responding to that offer. So if you'd like to do that, send me an email to this address here, and I will attempt to slot you in as soon as possible. And we'll have a hangout together. It'll be great. Thank you, Mike Sullivan, for becoming a member of this channel. Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate you coming in here. Love that avatar of yours. That is exactly the attitude I have from time to time with this market, and I love it. Thank you, buddy, for being here. Absolutely great. There you have it. Thank you, everybody, for all of this. Right now, Chewy is holding in at 88.64 or so, still up $8 a share, roughly. GameStop right now, 189.51. It did get down to 187.11. Volume today on GameStop, 2.6 million shares. That is very quiet trading. 189 now, 189.50. So it's back 240 a share from the low at the moment. Doesn't seem to be a heavy attempt at driving this market down at this point. It doesn't really appear to be that way. We'll see how the afternoon works out. 2,400 thumbs ups. Thank you. 65 thumbs downs. Thank you for the support of your showing your support. I'm going to pop up some knee emojis because I think it's time for the knees to come in and affect this stock. Let's get going back to 190 here. Here come the knees from me. Knee. I say give them the knees, and the stock will go up. They are too afraid of the knees to keep coming down in price. That's my take on it. You can join me or not if you like. The knees are coming in. This stock should go higher. There's no reason to be down here. Thank you, all of you, for having fun with me here on this channel. Do appreciate you being with me. 189.29. The Dow is down 13 points. It's at the low session, a low point of the day now. Again, month end, quarter end. I'm not surprised to see this fluctuation in the Dow. Up 100, down something. I can easily do this all day long. S&P 500 up 17 points. NASDAQ up 196. Very good. 1.5% gain on the day right now for month end, quarter end. There could well be some bargain hunters coming into some of these FANG stocks that have been under a bit of pressure lately. That could be exactly what's happening because of the NASDAQ market. Let me take a look here. Microsoft up 256. Apple up 282. There's another one that's up, another FANG. Let's take a look at some other FANG stocks and see what they're doing right now. Amazon up $45 to $3,100. There you go. Who else we got here? Facebook up 533. There's another evidence of a FANG stock on the move. Google up 1972. They're all going up. That's what's happening here. It looks like the FANG stocks are running. High tech running as well, which is good to see. I guess there are pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, index funds picking up on FANGs because they've gone down too far too quickly, and they want to be in the FANG positions for the end of the month rather than be light. And that's a very good indicator of what could happen here with this market. On the other hand, the Dow now was down 20. It's now down only 6.5. So maybe it too is now getting a bit of a stimulus here because, again, certain high quality, high capitalization companies are moving up in value, and that could be affecting the Dow as it has affected NASDAQ. And NASDAQ just jumped 50 points in 2 minutes, 205 gain now on NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is definitely getting a buy wave coming in here. There's definitely money coming in to the NASDAQ market. It's affecting the Dow to a degree because some of the Dow 30 are in the NASDAQ 100, and that would be Apple and Microsoft, Google, and a few others. So we'll watch that. The Dow down now 13, 7, 13, jumping around, but NASDAQ up 213 points, still climbing on a nice little move here. The $4 trillion proposed stimulus package is a good thing for the stock market. The stock market loves this. That is investment into America by the American taxpayer. American corporations will benefit. American workers will really benefit. American steel manufacturers, engineering firms, contracting firms, the concrete guys, the asphalt, aluminum companies, the internet area is being talked about as a major investment area. Chip production is a big deal in this structure program. Everything Wall Street wants to hear, they're hearing. They're getting everything they want to hear from the president of the United States, President Biden, because this $4 trillion, even if it's $400 million a year, this is exactly what the economy wants to know. They want to know expansion of the economy is a top priority of government. And the economy, the private sector people will absolutely jump all over the markets if this is indeed what's coming up. And this is good for the middle class for sure, even lower middle class, because a lot of laborers will be needed across the board, whether it's on site of infrastructure project or in factories preparing and building equipment and parts for these infrastructure projects, like the modernization of airports with all of the complex systems of modernizing an airport. So much work is done off-site, not at the airport, but off-site, especially on the electronic side. The chip manufacturing side, the infrastructure side, very high labor-intensive work. And the markets as a whole are going, hey, the unemployment rate for the United States is going to plummet because people will earn far more money doing a day job than trying to collect unemployment insurance, because businesses will be labor short. They will be short the labor they need to get the job done, and the contracts are very lucrative contracts. Businesses will pay dearly for labor, especially good quality labor. They will pay premium money, and this again means a lot of people will be earning a lot more cash than they've earned in the last 5 years for the next 5 and 10 years, and this is a huge growth opportunity for the entire U.S. economy. So that's how it filters all over. And for governments, tax revenues will come in from sales taxes, income taxes, and other fees, just no problem whatsoever. So this is a real positive move for the economy. We'll see. The Dow now up 1.5 points So it kind of recovered to the flat line anyway. We'll see how it wants to do from here. S&P up 20, NASDAQ up 211 points. It's about a 60-point run in about 7 or 8 minutes for the NASDAQ. Chewy at 89.65. It's threatening to go over 90 again, which it did first thing this morning. GameStop is at 190.85. GameStop was as low as 187.11. It's gone over 190. There is no resistance at the 190 level. It went through there like a hot knife through soft butter, just like butter, no problem. AMC, unfortunately, down 23 cents to 10.12 a share. AMC was as low as 10.05 a little while ago. Volume on AMC only 8.2 million. That is, you can't sugarcoat this. That is not enough volume to support the stock, even at $10 a share. You got to have more volume on AMC to support this price, because there are over 400, well, there are almost 400 million shares out there now of AMC stock. That's a lot of paper, and you've got to have more than 8 million shares trade. In the old days, a year ago, when there's only 107 million AMC, 8 million shares was 8% of the outstanding stock. Now it's barely a couple percentage points. Not enough. It needs more volume. Other than that, the big winners on the SPACs that I follow, IPOE up 59 cents to 17.09. That company is I think within a week to 10 days of changing its name and becoming SoFi going forward. That deal is about to close. It could be at any moment, but I think within 10 days, now to 10 days from now, it's going to happen. And Gore's Holdings, something good is happening at Gore's. It's up 51 cents to 13.53 today. This is near its high of the day. And so something is happening here, I think also from a merger point of view that must be looking good. I have been reading more and more articles about Gore's Holdings, the positive vibe that the street is getting on the merger of Gore's and Matterport. The Matterport company is creating buzz, even though it's private at the moment. It's going to become the public side of Gore's. Gore's will change its name to Matterport. And I think there's a lot of news coming on Matterport very shortly. So as soon as that deal is finished, then I'm thinking we're around the 30 to 40 day mark now. We're getting close. That deal might be, the anticipation might be building already with 30 to 40 days to go. There are people who can't wait for this a merger to be done. They got to get in now. And that could be what's happening here, certainly today anyway. Virgin Acquisition Group, 10.19 a share. That is a bargain deal here. That company will become 23andMe, and Richard Branson will be all wound up to promote this thing the minute he's allowed to speak about it. The company, I'm sure 23andMe will be very eager to start speaking. They've got $950 million sitting in trust, waiting to be deposited into their corporate bank account. They're ready to go. And I think there are deals upon deals that will be announced very quickly. The first month of trading for 23andMe will be very active corporately. So we'll be on top of it. I'll be reporting it all to you. But I don't think they're going to be anywhere near $10.18 a share anymore. I don't think so. So you have a limited time frame with some of these SPACs to score these deals. Put them in your account, hold on to them, just sit there and just put them away. Forget about them. But the first one will be, I think, IPOE. I think that one will be ready and will be very active within a week or two. And I'll be reporting it to you, let you know what's going on. Chewy, $89.50, just under $90 a share. GameStop at $191, just popped up a little bit here. GameStop is looks like it might be ready for a little run again, but again, I don't know. Only 2.9 million traded on GameStop, but I have this impression that the big picture for GameStop is there's nothing for sale. The little picture, the close-in picture, is that there are hedge funds that need the stock to drop so that they don't have a bad-looking first quarter report to release to their investors. And this stock at 190 cannot be there. That's the problem. It's too high priced for the first quarter report for a lot of these funds. And I think they would rather see this get crushed rather than have a run on it. But I'm wondering, at 185, 181, is there a huge buy order sitting there with all kinds of hedge funds looking to go long, not allowing the stock to drop off much beyond that? Is that what could happen here? I don't know. we'll be here to watch it. Right now, 190.97. It's not doing anything. It's very quiet. It's telling me that the shorters are not yet to make a run on it, to take a shot at it. But it's also telling me that the longs are just patiently sitting by, going, "Well, you make the first move," and the shorters go, "No, you make the first move," and no, you're the one who needs this thing to go down. We would like it to go higher, but you know what? Here it's pretty good. 190. It's having a good day. It can go over 200 later today. That'd even be nicer, but you guys need it to go much lower than this. And we know it. We know what you need. So let's see what happens. Anyway, there's the latest on those guys. AMC 1016 down 19 cents. So not great. The Dow negative again, down 28 points. It has not yet found the bottom to take a run. S&P up 16, NASDAQ up 193. So the indexes are jumping about, which they should be today, being the month end to the quarter. That is what we're watching here. Biden is now unveiling his $2 trillion plan, which I think could be a $4 trillion plan when more details come out. And we'll see how the markets react to all of this. I'm sure there will be the naysayers who will be up against it, but I think in the long run, investing $2 trillion or $4 trillion into America, pretty good idea for the American economy. That is a really good idea. Do not worry about how to pay for it. It'll take 30 years for the notes to come due, and at the interest rates that America has to pay to borrow money, it is a joke. It is a giveaway. It's free money, which creates instant good-paying jobs for Americans. It's a win-win for the American economy. It's a huge win. Forget how much debt government needs to issue for this. It's irrelevant to the big win that the government's going to get. Anyway, that's just your friendly Uncle Bruce reacting to what I see here. Thank you guys for popping around and seeing me. And I hope you're doing all right out there. I hope you don't mind me just ranting and raving and talking out about what's going on. I picked up 100 VGAC yesterday, says George. Is there a good place to go and look to see at a glance the merger dates for all the SPACs? There is no merger dates. There's nowhere to find that. It's all they all announced that they felt their merger would be completed within 90 days when they made their announcements. And these announcements are now anywhere from 30 to 50 days old, if not longer than that. So we know, those of us who follow this closely, we know it's about 30 to 40 days from now for all of these companies to change their names, become a new company, and you'll all get your stock rolled over 1-to-1 with the new symbol. And then I will be giving you news announcements from 7 SPACs every day. I will be really bombarding you with a lot of news, and you're going to be busy trying to follow it all. So just hang on, just hang around and get ready, because I don't have the exact date for each deal. There might well be one day where 2 of them list at the same time. There might be 1 week where 3 of them list every couple of days. They used to list another one. I don't know. We'll be here for it. Whenever they are ready, they'll be ready. We'll be ready to go. Lance, only 3 million volume in the first hour on GameStop. I have to go to the DMV today. Oh, no, Lance, that's not good. Screw that. I'm just going to mail it, says Lance. The shorts have been at it all morning. Bill, my opinion, the next 3 trillion stimulus passes, the economy will take off for years to come. I think of it as a bodybuilder taking a huge shot of steroids. Yeah, the United States economy is about to get a real shot of steroids. There's no question about it. This is so good for America business and good for Canada as well and Mexico, because if America ramps up, then we naturally ramp up with you. We just come along, and if we ramp up, we help you ramp up even more. It's what you want. You want your neighbors ramping up with you, because it just gets the North American economy just running on all cylinders. Yes, indeed. The more money flying around means more money for people to buy cars, go on vacations, and buy stocks on the open market. And that means more money into the market. Good for those in the market. And that kind of means you guys, you're in the market. It's a good thing. Ashley, I have IPO and VGAC shares in my Webull account. And I have the others in my Robinhood account. Right on. Observe thyself, Lance. No, man, the DMV is the worst. Don't go there. Jay, Thomas, agreed. Seems like a ticking time bomb. Now I need. Wait, there's another STIMI. This is the infrastructure program. Up to 4 billion, 4 trillion, up to 4 trillion.
That is a huge stimulus program. That's what you want seeing done here. Jim, Thomas, we're all paying for bagels in $1 million notes in weeks. Is there an exit strategy target for each of these SPACs? Is best practice to sell when they rise on the news of the merger? Or does it depend on each? It depends on each. It depends on the announcements they make right off the bat. It depends on additional deals coming down the pipe. You might find that one SPAC is a 1 month hold after the merger is completed. You may find another one is a 3 month hold. You may find the rest of them are 1 year holds because you're really happy with what they're doing and where they're headed. But it all depends also on your timing. What are your needs? Are you using future grocery money right now? Are you using rent money for 3 months out? Or what's happening here? You have to decide your own timing for all of this as well. Lance is going, I know the DMV, man. Robert, funny how there aren't any commentator channels on YouTube that are contradicting all of the due diligence being done by retail investors. Only hedge funds paid MSM's reporters make negative comments on the stock. It's kind of interesting, isn't it, Robert, that there's always a certain group of people out there on TV that say the same thing all the time. And you kind of get the impression that they're employed by somebody to do that, but they never say. Yeah, you kind of wonder. I don't know. I just, I just call it as I see it. And I'm looking at GameStop at almost 191 here on a volume of barely, 3.1 million today. Such a quiet day. It's telling me there's not a lot of stock coming in for sale. The only stock coming in seems to be on these vicious sellouts, these vicious hits that are being done on purpose. The rest of this market is calm, cool, collected, and I think people are picking up stock for the long haul. That's my hunch on it. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. Thank you all for popping in and seeing me and being with me. Cheryl, thank you, Cheryl, for becoming a member of this channel. Here we are, right here. Thanks, Cheryl. Another gal joined us. I think we have almost as many women today joining this channel as men, which is really cool. This is really, really important to me, and Jen will be thrilled to hear this. Not that there aren't any guys joining. There are guys joining this channel, but there are females joining this channel as well. We want to make this a place where all are welcome and it's a safe place to be. You're not, hopefully, will not be pestered or attacked by trolls because being a member, you're allowed to comment. Trolls are not. They have to pay to get in, and if they pay to get in and they behave poorly, we can report them and they can be traced because of their payment history. They can be traced, especially if they're really causing problems. So thank you for becoming a believer in this channel, all of you who've joined me and becoming participants in this chat. I so appreciate it. You don't mind that I have a bagel from time to time. Thank you. It's great that you're here. And keep in mind, if you're a member of this channel, from time to time, you will get an alert from yours truly. I will send out a member-only alert, whether it's a warning about certain issues or certain market factors you should be aware of, or whether it's a stock that I'm going to add to my favorite stocks list. As a member, you get the heads up, and you might be a couple days ahead before the world knows what my position on something is. And the larger this channel gets, the more important this gets. It gets to the point where we have a large number of members who get dibs on certain market info that I've come across. I owe it to you because you're supporting me and Jen, and I thank you all for all this. Nate, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you being here today. Wally's Wonder, thank you, Wally's Wonder, for becoming a member of the channel as well. These are just such these are expressions of support. I so much appreciate. This here is another ultimate message of support. These super chats that you send me with comments or nots. Thank you, everybody, for these. They really are the backbone of this channel. My GameStop has been stuck in Robinhood for fear of missing the launch. Is there any way they will be able to limit my sell price if this goes parabolic? They're not going to stop you from wanting to sell. It's actually a good thing for a brokerage firm if clients are liquidating at high prices. Brokerage firms are instantly looking at cash coming into their houses from the clearing system, which always issues checks, never a problem. Electronic transfers is how it's done. The brokerage firms now have clients that are worth much more money. And the dollars inside clients' accounts are added to the asset value of the firm, which is climbing. And they love it. They love this. Firms love it when customers and investors sell at a profit for a high parabolic gain. They love it. It is a very good thing. Can I make it any plainer English than that? It's good, really good. Better than losing is winning. Yes, winning is better than losing. I think that's a line from Bull Durham. Winning is good. Yes, I think it is. Winning is good. Absolutely. Sure beats losing, I'll tell you that. Let's see here. Bruce, with the markets being closed on Friday for Easter, does that mean the weeklies expire tomorrow for options? I think so, but can someone tell me that for sure? Because I want to make sure we're on the right page here, because there will be no options trading on Friday. I have a suspicion that they die tomorrow. Someone let me know. So I know there's an option player out there who's watching, and you can give me a quick heads up on that. Lauren, thank you for also joining the channel today. Another female viewer, another female joiner. Jen is up, and Jenny is hearing the fact that we now have today, I think, Jen, we have just as many gals as guys becoming members of the channel. It is awesome. She is very pleased with this. Options 4-1. They die tomorrow. That's right. So they die tomorrow instead of Friday. So options have one less day to live. Those of you who write contracts, this is good news, because you wrote a contract a month ago, and on the last week, there was only 4 days of trading, not 5. That's why these contracts are depreciating in value today all day, because they die tomorrow, especially if they're out of the money. Very interesting. Options expire. Okay. April Fool's Options Day sounds funny, but it's true. It's true. Friday is Easter. Hey, Jen, says Derek. Chick traders. That's right, Sunday. Chick traders. Bagel time soon. Yes, it's soon. Please, no April Fools this year. Financial Femmes. Morning, Jen. Seems logical. Chaos will ensue. Bruce, will you be on Friday? I'm not sure. The markets are closed. I might be using that day to rest. I certainly don't have any one-on-one scheduled for Friday. I can tell you that. I really have a kind of an off day planned. There might be a video coming up that I'll probably launch. So keep an eye for that. I will be on the air on the other channel, though, for Traveling with Bruce. I'll be on the air 7 o'clock Eastern time Friday night for trivia, which I hang out with my sponsor members over there. So we'll be doing that for sure. So you're welcome to join us if you become a sponsor member of that channel. 193.50 on GameStop. We're going higher. It's good. Friday says observe. Ashley, Bruce, please check out and report on DISCB. Is it squeezing? It's halted. I don't even know what DISCB is. 193.28 on GameStop. Hi, Jen.
Well, DIS is Disney, but what's DIS?
CB. Yeah, what is that, right?
Come back. Oh, no.
Yeah, DIS, come back. DIS, come back. Is that what that means? Discovery, it's Discovery Inc. Is that the share that was hit very hard the other day? Let me just take a look here. It might have been on the 22nd. It took a shot down. No, that wasn't it. Not sure what to make of it. It's taken a shot, and I don't know why. I'm not sure. It is. Yeah, it's Discovery. This is the Discovery stock that has been sold off. It got to It got up to what, 88.90 on the 22nd of March. Went all the way down to 51 on the 26th, and now it's sitting at 143.50. So could it be a short squeeze? Could be. Could this come right back down to 88 again? Could. I would not play this one. I would avoid this if you're not aware of the minutia on this one. There's no press release on this company that I can see. Nope, I have no press release on it, so I don't know. That is pure speculation, and maybe the folks at CNBC are covering it, but I can't put a handle on that. GameStop right now 192.71, down $1.75. Low of the day 187.11. This stock has come back $5.60 in the last 20 minutes, and so GameStop's getting better. You got some tea there. Ooh, nice. Fantastic. Jen's got her tea going, and we're gonna have a good day today. So yeah, tomorrow. Friday. This guy will be resting. I may be on, I may not. It all depends on just what's happening. It all depends on what happens tomorrow with regard to the markets as well, and we'll see what's going on. Again, thank you, everybody. What is happening? For short squeeze or forced buy, and either way, massive spike now. Very interesting. I saw due diligence on Reddit last night. Someone saying all gaps must be filled. Get into DSC if you're not already in it. I don't know about that. Bill, I think we'll all turn into traders. Great education. It's because Merrill Lynch front ran the blocks instead of the others. Again, I don't know if that's true. Stocks like this can crash very quickly if they go up for no good reason. If I can't rave on Friday night, I guess the next best thing is trivia night with Uncle Bruce. There you go. Reddit, GameStop, the everything short, interesting read. T is the way. And then tank their scores into dog eat dog baby. I got my first COVID vaccine. Laughing out loud. Volume is suspiciously low. They're like I say, this is scary stuff. Stay back on VICA disc and those for a bit. Stay away from Viacom and these others. It looks like crazy volatility there. Is there B there or B square, says Olivia. Imagine how much money Arceus would have had if it had made this margin call. The stock wouldn't be doing what it's doing if it had made its margin call. That's the issue. One begats the other probably. Haha, Bruce, I said don't get into DI. Thank you. Friday is equals a good whiskey. Nice. I get my first vax on the 2nd. Right on. Jen, I'm dying for a bagel today. I'm thinking grape jelly today, though.
I had a suspicion.
Toasted grape jelly today. Yeah, I'm thinking all the way grape jelly. 190 on GameStop. I'm going to wonder if my bagel eating today will move that market or not. It's time that when I eat a bagel, the stock goes up. Don't you think, folks? We've tried the knee. Now we got to do the bagel. We'll see what's going on. Olivia's laughing. Thank you, everybody, for all of these comments and your heads up on what's going on out there. Fantastic, guys. Thank you for sending me messages. Some of you have been sending me messages you want to get together for a one-on-one. I will get back to you later. We got the bagel emojis coming up already all over the place. It's time for a bagel. 2,600 thumbs up, 76 thumbs down. Thank you for this very wonderful ratio of thumbs ups to thumbs downs. GameStop 192.51 up down $1.95. AMC at 10.20 down 15 cents. And then we're watching everybody else. The Dow down 15 points only. S&P up 23. NASDAQ up 233. Coming on with another buy wave here. So that's very good to see. Thank you for that. 193 on GameStop now. Just popped. Right now, it's what it's doing. Volume on GameStop is 3.33 million. Not a lot, but it's only down $1.40 after being down at 187. So it's come back about $6 or close to it. Chewy it's at 87.53 for Chewy. It's up 691, having a very good day today. Turned a profit for the first time, a quarterly profit for the fourth quarter. So very good for Chewy and Chewy investors. It's a good move. I did grape jelly with cream cheese and butter this morning. Oh, that sounds good. I'm totally sending Bruce some of my home grape jelly in the fall because I'm in British Columbia. Oh man, that sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. Thank you, everybody. Wouldn't you say, Bruce, that GameStop is much more stable now, and going below 100 is highly unlikely? Well, I have to say that in this last week and a half, the stock has not collapsed like people would have thought. Coming from 38.50 a month ago, running up to 346, and now all the way back to this 120 range, and now back to this 192 range. It's settling in, isn't it? It really is. And now the news out of Chewy that they're churning a profit, which is Ryan Cohen's creation, using the Ryan Cohen method here. Chewy is turning a profit now. That gives us a peek into the future of GameStop. I'm telling you, there's a direct correlation here that is going to be made by market players eventually. Right now, the market doesn't get it. The majority of the stock market is not aware of what we're talking about here, how Chewy making profit in this past quarter is a big deal for GameStop. People can't figure it out. Why would a pet food retailer and e-commerce pet food and pet supply retailer have any bearing on what GameStop is going to do with their games? Because the guy who created Chewy is now running GameStop's conversion. And this is where GameStop is headed. They're going to become Chewified. They're going to become the Chewy e-commerce retailer of gaming and everything else electronic. It's going to be massively huge. The market out there is underserviced when it comes to a happy, friendly place to go to purchase electronic goods. There's sterile, cold websites only out there, and you're on your own, kids. Here, I think this is going to be a whole different animal going forward for purchasers of gaming systems, games, and accessories and other electronic goods. I think there's a huge opportunity here. Remember, Fry's went under the big electronics change. That's another sample, another indication of what's happening. The retail side of computers and high-tech goods is disappearing. It's all going online more and more and more and more. GameStop is moving in. Right now, they are getting out of retail into this, and Mr. Cohen created the Chewy company with its philosophy and obviously its success formula. Now we have GameStop doing the same thing with the same guy. And who's he hiring? He's hiring the best employees from Chewy. He's stealing them left, right, and center. He's stealing Amazon people left, right, and center. He's poaching the workforces of his competitors to make his company a big fat winner. And this is why I'm saying, you guys, the stock could be in for one heck of a run. And when it goes, it will go a long, long way. Chewy, where it's trading right now, and its market capitalization is telling me that GameStop is on sale at 33 cents on the dollar. GameStop should be triple the price now. So it's on sale for 66% off. You're buying GameStop here, you're buying it at 66% off. The shorters who are short this stock do not realize that they are upside down by 300%. They're 300% upside down, because if this stock goes where it's supposed to go, they're going to be buying back shares that they shorted at $80, $60, $50, $120 right now. They're going to be short at a $600 market. That is what's happening here. This stock is on mega sale. It is on mega sale. And the street has not put one and one together yet. You guys get it. You're here. You're here with yours truly. And if you believe what I'm telling you, you get it. You understand it. There's a reason that Chewy is up 9% right now. It's up 9%. GameStop, $195.40, up 94 cents right now. It is so underpriced compared to what Chewy is already priced at, and Chewy hasn't finished where it's going. Chewy will likely go higher, but if it goes higher to a $50 billion market cap or a $60 billion market cap, that puts the GameStop stock at the 800 level. That means it's now at 25 cents on the dollar instead of 33 cents on the dollar. And for shorters, they're now 400% underwater instead of 300% underwater. Potentially, my opinion, going forward, they might be stuck at $800 trying to buy their stock back. Just saying, the short position on GameStop is out of whack with reality. There shouldn't be as many shares trading as there are. And there is absolute evidence of what GameStop could be trading at by just looking at what's happening on Chewy, an unrelated company in its own right, but with a major connection between the two, Mr. Ryan Cohen. There's all the evidence you should need beyond everything else. So there's 2 points why the stock should triple or quadruple: the Chewy comparison and the short sale situation. Those are the two right there. There's 2 reasons right there. I don't have to give you any more. I do not have to justify any more than that. Very interesting how this is going to play out. Chewy, Coca, Cohen, GameStop. Ray saying we had hit 196 above a VWAP. 195 right now on GameStop. I am jacked, says Daniel. I'm jacked, man. I'm jacked. Oh, this is fantastic. 195.10. It is improving as we keep moving forward. The Dow now up 8 points. S&P up 24. NASDAQ up 230. We got a good day going on the big boards right now, especially NASDAQ. It is by far the big leader, up 1.7%, whereas the Dow is up 1/100th of a percentage point. So the NASDAQ's the winner. It's the FANG stocks, the high-tech stocks, and this multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure deal. The market likes it a lot. The market likes it, and I think the American public like it a lot. The ratings, the rankings in the polls are very high for the infrastructure program, as was the stimulus program. Very good stuff. Invest in America, simple bet. Easy. Dan Margalat, I don't understand the hesitation on VIAC. 11.50, 11.5 times PE, earnings per share, 405, and a 2% dividend at 44. I like the stock. Well, it was lower than this a few months ago, and it took a big shot, and it's come down to this level, and it might have to consolidate for a while before it gets any legs. We'll have to see. John Shin is a new member of this channel, and just in time, because the bagel just arrived, John, and your timing is brilliant. Joining the channel as my bagel arrives. Man, are you good. Thank you so much for joining in and being here, everybody.
Just a little burn.
It's just a little. It's a crunchy bagel today. Jen is saying. Jen sometimes lets the bagel go a little longer in the toaster than necessary. But what can I say? Nick says, I am back. Am I in the 70s, says D. Gray. Viacom robbed Dave Chappelle. That's why they're going down. Chillin, Uncle Bruce. Welcome, John. We got the bagel emojis coming in here. Maybe like the Roaring 20s. The GameStop price is but a number. It is irrelevant. We got the bagel logos everywhere. Hi, Jen. Jen's forearm. EHF plays a good heel. Time bagel hath arrived. The bagel has arrived. Ray, Bruce, what does end of month balancing mean for hedge funds, clearinghouses, and banks? Watch all day. Just stick around. I'll be talking about it all day. Robert, another new member. Welcome, Robert, to the show and to the channel. Ostrike, Discovery, the others have dropped over 40%. How can this go up 90% today when they don't budge? Does the maniac buyer not realize there's more than one class share? Again, I would avoid at all costs that scenario. I would stay away from that entire trade. Do not go near that. If I'm lucky, the pillow will take care of it. Hey, Bruce, bagel looking, paying. What's the biggest lesson in life you've learned? Buy low, sell high, and when a woman much smarter than you shows interest, hitch up, marry up. That's what marry up. Dave, this virus is just a dry run. Much worse is coming in the next 5 years or so. We'll see. Hope not, but we'll see. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here. You got some soundtrack music for when the bagel time hits. I get emails from music companies out there that would like me to get them to become part of this channel. But I have not had an offer that interests me yet. It's usually just, we'll give you free music. Why don't you mention us? And I'm kind of going, really? I'm going to promote you guys to these viewers, this demographic of viewers. And this show will be watched by 30, 40, 50,000 people in the next few days. And you're offering me some sample music for free. That's it. I mean, are you kidding me? That's like kind of an insult. Hence why I am being approached little by little by people who are talking about maybe being a manager for my channel. And I haven't had time to get back to them, but there's this potential out there, and I'm certainly excited. But I do want to, I want to maximize my footprint. Of course, 195 on GameStop as I begin the bagel here, the jelly bagel. Great jelly, love it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Grape jelly. Sesame seed bagel. Fantastic. Chewy's up. Chewy's up. Chewy Coca Pop. 194.48 on GameStop. Come on, GameStop. Let's go. James, thank you for joining the channel today. I got the guys joining today. I got the gals joining today. Jen is happy. Fantastic day, everybody. Stocks are getting better. 195.25 on GameStop. It's going up. Beautiful. Bruce, I told you Chewy was going to pop. Well, it's popping. Up $7. James, you're being welcomed in. Isabel, welcome to the channel. Another young lady has joined us. Fantastic. Welcome, Isabel. Glad you could make it and glad you're here. Make sure to use your emojis now. You can use emojis on this chat. Fantastic. You could have bought Chewy yesterday at 77 like I did. 87 now. Way to go. Very good. Oh, I love these bagels. Fantastic. Hi, Isabel. Welcome, Isabel. Everyone's welcoming everybody in here. It's fantastic. Members welcoming members. Fantastic, guys. 195.93. We're going to 196 on GameStop. Bruce, hold off from biting that bagel. I need to go down to 185 so I can get in. Right on. EV sector, man. I like Tesla. That's about it. I just like Tesla. I can't like anyone else right now. Can't stop. Isabel saying cheers. She's here. She's happy to be here. Fantastic. Isabel, make sure you show off your emojis now. You can pop those emojis up all you want. Fantastic. That bagel made it go up. 195.43. Let's hope so. Let's hope it goes much higher. Making it all go up. I'm questioning all these women joining. Seems a little convenient. No, I think it's great. I think the gals are definitely, they're telling each other, come on in here. This is good. There's a really nice channel to join because of the all the hate out there. Not here. So I'm happy about that. I'm really, really hoping for the best. Bruce's charisma is undeniable. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Bruce, eat some broccoli or asparagus. I want to get some stock at $99.99, man. Come on, help me out. Oh, man. AMC has a small run going. It's up a penny. It's better. The market is getting better. The Dow is now up 19 points. S&P up 25. NASDAQ up 222. Maybe that's spilling into this market as well. 195.48 on GameStop. 10.39 up 4 cents on AMC. I tell all my female friends who are interested in stock, join Bruce's channel. Bruce is here. Jen is here. Fantastic. I did meet Tom Jones in the steam room once. I mean, you know, we had towels on, but, you know. Bruce, are you really 4'8" tall? It's the big mystery. People are really wondering, are you really that short? I mean, you don't look that short, but boy, maybe you are that short because you know you're not like stretching out over the top of the picture here. Are you 4'8", Bruce? Are you kind of the size of Danny DeVito? What's the deal here, man?
Maybe you're 6'8".
Maybe I'm 6'8" or 7'8".
Or 5'8".
You know,
Who can say?
Jen's saying who can say?
Well, I could. But
Well, she could. I want my wife to join the Stonk Madness Deuces, Cody. Really low volume today. 196.55 on GameStop. It's going higher. Let's keep eating the bagel. Nice. I sent my mom a video of Uncle Bruce. I'm in trouble now. Bruce, could you make this an investment dating site? Could you do that? Oil stockpiles dropped 876,000 barrels this week. Ona saying the oil price 60.96 up 41 cents today. Not a lot of change going on in the oil market.
I like the idea you could have a stock dating site.
A stock dating site.
Yeah, see, a stock dating site. And I can supply them with the questions you need to ask each other when you're getting serious. Things you need to know about each
Like
other.
what's your PE ratio?
What's your risk tolerance?
What's your risk? What's your risk tolerance?
That's pretty deep down in people's character.
Yeah.
But what's your risk tolerance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you believe in margin calls?
Yeah.
Do you
That's right.
you trade options?
That's right. That's right.
Do you like cats or dogs? Oh, trick question.
It's a trick. Don't answer it.
Don't answer. Jen, this is great. Thank you so much.
Well, the charcoal gives it a little flavor
Mm.
and acts as a filter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the burnt
That-
toast, the burnt bagel taste. No germs on this bagel. It may have been burned off.
those carcinogenic rumors, well, that's not probably true.
We have what is it? Knittin Pin 85. Knittin Pin, £5 donation. This is for Jen for the great job she's doing with the bagel supplies.
Oh, well, thank you.
Very, very good. How about that? There you go. D. Gray is going, what would I do with another wife? William, that's a good question, Robert. Thomas is laughing out loud. A thumbs up for Uncle Bruce. The rumor is that bagels have been banned at the Citadel break rooms. No bagels in the Citadel break rooms because that's Uncle Bruce. 197.14 on GameStop. Just touched it. Now went 196.
That would be fun. I'm going to go watch the Bible press conference.
Yep.
You might be in Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh. How about that?
How about that?
Oh, man. You mean Tom Jones met you? Well, no, that's true. Tom Jones is a rockin' dude. Did he seduce you? Bruce, 4 foot, 20 inches tall. Ethan Powell, I know that feeling. He's the big short. Bruce is 4 foot 8 inches tall. He's the big short. That's what he is. He's 4 foot 8 when he's lying down. It's not unusual for Tom Jones to be naked when you meet him. Whoever's the most GameStop shares gets to be on top. Oh man, we want to see some polka. Oh no, I hear that Bruce is 6'11". There's all kinds of rumors about my height. All kinds of it. What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? Bruce, can you put some Tom Jones on the turntable for those of us young ones who may not know? If I was allowed to, I would, but not with copyright infringement. I can't do that. Sometimes you just need a steam room. There you go. Oh man, don't make it creepy. Still going by theory, Bruce is a giant. Oh my gosh. He's 7'2". He used to play for the Knicks. There you go. Guys, I'm really depressed. I have to work today. and I have to use my phone for things other than chat. I keep missing out on the whole minutes of Bruce at a time. Terrible. It's terrible. What's gasoline? Bagel mingle. Dating on margin. Auntie Jen's matchmaking service. What's your credit rating? 10 to your. Love that, Jen. What's your risk tolerance? What's the safe word? How tall are you? Are you a bear or a bull? Love dogs. That was hilarious. I'm not a cat. Swing traders. Go off, Jen. Go off, Jen. That is why we need a newsletter from Jen. What wisdom? We like the Jen. My risk tolerance is unprotected. Stonk match. 10 to your. Let's see here. Hey, Bruce, what do you think about the final hour with Bruce and Jen? Oh, man. Glitch Fizz. Stock markets with Bruce. Can we send you a video game console, and watch you stream trying to play a game? Oh, no, that's not happening. No. We need a seed round for Jen's startup. I kind of get the feeling that some babies are getting made on the GME cruise. I've met Bruce. He's 5 foot 13 inches tall, Mike says. So you prefer a call or a put? Single life rules. What else we got here? Volume now. Well, stock 194.26. Not going much very far. Bruce, do you think we could have a segment of the show where Jen reads the stock market news? She has a very relaxing voice. You supply the debit. I'll process the credit. Jen should come onto the air for 5 minutes while you eat. That would be great. Jen is funny as hell. Did you marry? You did marry up. Oh, I did. Yeah, I married up. Definitely. Let's see. Bruce, it's going up. Just stop talking and keep eating, please. Okay, let's see. Like you, I like the stock. More bagels. Brian, thank you, Brian. Bruce is Elton John and Jen is Bernie Taupin. Jen, make him eat more bagels. Honey biscuits. Oh my gosh. A larger steam room benefits us all. You need a lox scallion cream cheese bagel. That's what you need. The only time I eat lox, there's only a couple of times I'll eat lox, and I really enjoy it. It'll be at the Bellagio in Las Vegas in the buffet. I'll have some lox, not on a bagel necessarily, but I'll have some lox, and on a cruise ship. If I'm in like a nice cruise ship like Holland America 5 stars. Now this is before COVID, so it's the old days. But you'd be in the buffet, and be lunchtime or dinner time, and then you come into the salad area, and got like 50 different items to choose from, 70 different items. The salad bar is massive, and then over on the side they got the pickled herring, they got the lox, they've got other seafood, fresh shrimp. I love shrimp. If it's already deshelled, even better. But if not, you sit at the table and peel off the shrimp and enjoy. But that's when I'll eat lox. Yeah, definitely. But at Bellagio, man, they have that beautiful buffet at the Bellagio, or they used to, And then they have that pile of shrimp there. You just pile it on your plate with the sauce there. And then they have some lox and some other fish, and oh man, it's so good. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyway, what can I say? That was then. This is now. I don't know what it's like now. X Gaming, Jen's safe word is don't stop. Don't stop. GameStop. Evan, thank you, Evan, for this donation on the sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. All of you who've been joining all morning, guys, girls, and it's fantastic. You're all here. So appreciate this. 193.59 on GameStop. We've got 2,800 thumbs ups now on the show. Thank you for that. We have only 87 thumbs downs. 4,100 of you are here. I appreciate all of you coming by and visiting Jen and I. I really appreciate this. AMC down a dime. We've got New York down 1/6 of a percentage of a point, 0.15, nothing going on here. We have an S&P up 23 and NASDAQ up 215. So the NASDAQ market's really rocking today, looking really, really good. Thank you, all of you, for all of this. Appreciate that. Those of you who have been contacting me for one-on-one consultations, I'll contact you a little later today. We'll see what we can set up for you, and we'll go from there. Clean energy ETF surge as investors await Biden infrastructure plan details. That would not be surprising. What do we got here? There we go. I smoked some salmon. No locks today. Let's go. I like capers too. Someone says, you guys are making me hungry. When Jen and I were in Palm Desert, there's a casino right off the highway, number 10 highway at Bob Hope Drive, the Aqua Caliente Casino. But so only about 10 years, well, maybe 10, 12 years old now. Anyway, when we were down there, it was brand new. It had been built in around 2002 or something like that. 2000 maybe, and Friday nights, seafood night at the buffet, and their buffet would equal the Bellagio. It was that caliber. It was of that caliber. And this casino right between Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, Palm Springs, Indian Wells, high demographic neighborhood, and we'd go in for seafood night, and it was such a bargain. It was like it's $20 a person, and you were eating food you cannot afford to buy at the grocery store. I mean, it was just so great. But because of the volume that people were consuming, the casino got the volume deals, and of course they wanted you to stick around and play the slots. So the slot players are compensating you and helping you do it. But the seafood night, it was fantastic. The food there was just incredible. So yeah, I will eat this kind of seafood that I don't normally have when I get a chance at a place like that. And of course, for us living in Palm Desert, it was all of 10 minutes away from our house. Talk about handy, having this place. Just so nice. Fabulous. I remember lunchtime, you could go in for the lunch buffet, and they'd have ribs, they'd have the roast beef, and they would have the prime rib, and they would have the either baked chicken or fried chicken or pizza or Italian or Asian. It was like $9.99. It was like $10 for this lunchtime buffet, and you ate like a king. And Jen and I would occasionally go there. We'd have a breakfast in the morning, then we'd go there around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and we would have this late lunch buffet. And that would be our dinner. I mean, we would snack later in the day, if that, because we would just pig out on this $10 feast of food of such quality. Really nice. I so miss that. Anyway, what can I say? Blaze one for Bruce. One-on-one confrontation with Bruce. Let's see. I tried smoked salmon, but I couldn't keep it all. I couldn't keep it lit. Laughing out loud, blazing with Bruce. Bruce, speaking of all this travel, where are you headed first after safe to begin traveling? Well, my guess is it could be to Palm Springs, the Palm Desert region. That would likely be the first place. Jen and I would really like to be next winter down there. If we get like 4 months in the desert, that would be a real treat for us. And then from there, we would visit friends in the Phoenix area by car, head into LA, maybe do a cruise out of LA, and or do meet and greets in the Los Angeles area, because I'll be doing my shows from down there. I mean, I'll be on the air every day like I always am. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited about that. We'll see, but we can't get out right now. We just can't get out. Uh, Grilled chicken on spinach with avocado and bacon salad from Mellow Mushroom for lunch today. Oh man, oh man. Chris Henry, new member. Chris, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the membership group. I'm glad you made it, and I'm so glad you're here with us. All you can eat crab sounds good, William. I'm vegan. Seafood is no bother. I call the Chewy. Great buffets at the strip clubs too. Oh really? I'm called whatever. YOLO. I could die in Vegas. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. What else have we got here? Other comments that are worthy of showing off. Let's see. Breakfast buffets and Asian buffets are the best. Let's see here. Cabo San Lucas, the more salmon, the better. Puerto Vallarta, yeah. Cozumel, Nassau. Love the Westin Villa Resort villas in Rancho Mirage. Yeah. That I'm trying to remember the property in Rancho. Yeah, I remember the Westin. I think it's the one with the pink flamingos in the main driveway area, and there you're driving past the golf course, and then the pink flamingos in the little water area there. Just phenomenal. What a place. Yeah, I really love it. Once your favorites, you have no choice. It sounds lovely. I hope you and Jen are going to make it. Let's see. Oh my gosh, baked potato with leftover beef stew on top for lunch today. Not a bad combo. I used to work there, says Olivia. There's an increasing documentary on HBO, interesting documentary HBO about the cruise ship that had the big COVID outbreak. It's really good. All this talking about Chewy and food, and I accidentally ate some dog treats. Oh my goodness. You've got a great community here, Uncle B. I think we do. I think we have a great group of people. 193.89 on GameStop. AMC 1023 down 12 cents. VACQ Vector Acquisition up 26 cents. DevSite Holdings up a nickel. IPOE up 52. Gores Holdings up 76 cents to 13.75. VGAC down 2 cents to 10.14. That's a bargain. Starboard at up 4 to 9.93. Fortress Value down 7 to 10.01. Vanek Vectors up 5.70. Home Depot up 76 cents. IBM down $1.46. Dow is off 9 points. Microsoft up 3.43. Apple up $3. Tesla up 22. So mixed bag here today. Very interesting to see how that is playing itself out today. The Dow, like I say, down 10. S&P up 23. Nasdaq up 217. Chewy 87.46 up $7 all day. Up $6, $7, $8, $9 a share all day long. Very good. If Master Bruce is my friend, then I have a friend. We love you, Bruce. Thank you so much. Love you guys. I'm so glad you're here, and appreciate all of you. Rebecca Reimer is in the house. Hi, Rebecca. How you doing? Thank you for the donation today, and welcome to the show in the chat. I'm glad you made it. I'll see you Friday night at TWB because you are a sponsor member over there. Trivia. We'll be doing trivia Friday night for sure. GameStop 193.86 down 60 cents. No big deal. So far, no shenanigans going on. Wasn't expecting any during the day today. I thought there would be movement, but nothing stupid. It's the last hour, and I will be on for that this afternoon. I'll be on at 3:00 Eastern time today, and we'll see what's going on here. We'll see what will happen in the last hour today, if anything crazy. And it'll be an interesting battle. But GameStop volume today, 4.3 million, very, very quiet. AMC down 14 cents on the volume of 13.5 million. Very quiet day today on that one as well. So we'll see what's going on here as this day wears on. But I'll be back in about 8 minutes. I'll be done, but I'll be back at 3:00 this afternoon, and we'll see what's going on. Amazing. You could get them. You could get gyrations, but I'm not giving them to you right now. With this 4-foot 8-inch frame, there's only so many gyrations I can get away with, or otherwise I'll hurt myself. 2,900 thumbs ups, guys. Thank you for these 2,900 thumbs ups. Let's break through this 3,000 barrier and beyond if we could. We have 92 thumbs downs right now. We're at about a 30-to-1 ratio, thumbs ups to thumbs down. So keep those thumbs ups coming in. Hit them hard, and let's blow this over there. Thank you, all of you, for hitting the thumbs up button for me. We're hoping for a good day today. We'll see what this day brings us. It's the month end. The first quarter is ending. We're going to watch and see how these hedge funds and these index funds, mutual funds, pension funds, how they adjust their portfolio in the last hour. Window dressing will be coming up. We just broke 3,000 thumbs ups, guys. Thank you, all of you, so much for hitting that and just blowing it up there. Way over 3,000 now. We're definitely 30-1 on the thumbs up, thumbs down ratio. I do appreciate this. And we got Littlefoot here. Thanks to the company in my shop checking in from Newfoundland. Have a green day. Thanks, buddy. And take care out there on the rock, man. Absolutely. Are you ever bored, Bruce? I mean, you ever bored? I want to go to Europe when we're able. I hear you there. Come on to Oklahoma, Bruce. I will take you fishing on the Washita River. It's fun. Not much of a fishing guy. I'm just not into fishing. It's not my. I used to golf. I used to, but I haven't golfed in years. Love riding a bike, but boy, I can't ride with those racing seats. Not at this age. I sort of kind of like meld over top of the seat. It's not good. I need the big wide seat for the big wide butt I have. After all, being 4'8", you got a low center of gravity with a wide ass, so you got to have the big seat. What can I say? But I used to enjoy riding a mountain bike, with the 27 gears and stuff. I would ride the bike through the golfing community that I used to live in Palm Desert Golf Resort. In Palm Desert, California. We were in a golfing community, like we were walled in, and we were in a condo community, and driving the bike through the neighborhood was great because there was virtually nobody there. And yet, late afternoon, you can ride on the golf cart paths if you wanted to. That was kind of cool. And then there was the wash. We had the wash going through our property, so you barrel down the one side to come powering up the other. I found that as I rode the bike more and more and more, the other side got easier, but at the beginning it was hard work going up the other end of the wash. But boy, you sure figured out how quickly you get into shape when you ride a bike every day for like a month. Boy, your legs come back. At least they used to, because it's been a while since I've been able to do this. And now that I'm 65, I don't know if I pull something permanently and hurt myself. I have to be careful now. But anyway, I sure love riding a bike. Even in 100-degree temperature, at the beginning you sweat because you're getting warm, but then the air from the movement of the bike just evaporates your sweat off of you, and that cooling effect is incredible. And then, of course, you get smart. You figure out where the shady areas are on some of the roads inside the golf community, and where the sunny areas are. You want to avoid them and go to the shady side, or wait till late afternoon when the shadows get long, and then you've got kind of a 2-hour window before it gets dark. Anyway, that was then. This is now. Ace is here. ACE. Thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Another one today. We've had a nice group of you join today, men and women, and we so appreciate this. Jen and I, we are just blown away by how many of you become members and are following us, supporting us. We keep wondering, how long will this last? When will they be sick and tired of this? When will they drop me and move on? But you can just keep having me come back. I love it. It's fantastic. We're going to be very busy going forward. Believe me, with these SPACs that I'm following right now, I've got 7 on my radar here. There's going to be a lot of news from all of them coming up. So do not worry about being bored on this channel. We are going to be covering a lot of corporate developments going forward here as this market, matures out. And we're watching, of course, the GameStop story, which I think is months away from finishing or longer. And we will keep an eye on this because I think this stock is going to go a ton higher than where it is now. That's just my particular opinion on it all. Thank you guys so much. Fantastic that you're here. And I appreciate it. You know what? I'm freaking famous now, says ACE. See what I mean? And Jim Kramer skips leg day. I am long on the Bruce. What about Bruce? What about the BOWX SPAC? It's WeWork. Yeah, they're merging with WeWork, and that WeWork deal was supposed to go public about 2 years ago, and it all blew up. And so there's a lot of speculation about the WeWork deal, and I've been holding back. I'm not sure if I Not ready to commit yet to call that a favorite. I was watching it the last week when it first announced, but I'm not sure about how that's going to, come down. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. We'll see. Anyway, Bruce, you better not leave us. This has become my favorite news channel. We have been watching daily since mid-January. I'm not going anywhere. You're coming with me. Wherever I'm going, you're coming with me. So if I'm going to Palm Desert, California for the winter, you're coming with me there. I'll be broadcasting from there. I mean, Uncle Bruce is on the air no matter where he is. So fear not, my friends. If we're going to Phoenix to visit friends for a week, I'll be broadcasting from there. I've done it before. I've been at my buddy's place, and I broadcast before on the other channel. There will be no problem broadcasting from here. So yes, my friends, you'll be taken on the road. You'll come along with us. So yeah, no worries at all. And what else is going on here? I bought GameStop just so I could listen to Bruce tell stories. This is the wait. After this is over, after Squeeze is done, we want Tesla tours with Bruce and Jen. This is the way. There we go. Uncle Bruce in Cabo. I've been to San Antonio, Emper. Bruce, I'm sorry. I won't sell my Hertz stock. I'm making too much money. I hope you'll forgive me. We love you. Look, whatever you're doing on it, you make a ton of money. I just can't recommend others to try it because there's issues there coming up. But hey, make money, please make money. Chillin' Uncle Bruce is about anything and everywhere. There you go. Did he just invite us to his house in Las Vegas? Don't have a house in Las Vegas, but okay, if that's what you think I did, I'll see you there. I don't know where you're gonna go. Bruce, I saw that. I saw before that GameStop went up $1 in 1 minute on a volume of 61,000. Then it went down $3 on the volume of 60,000. Why is that? Is it due to spreads between buy and sell? It could be. It could also be that that there could have been limit orders on the way up or the way down that you didn't see on your computer that got filled automatically as the stock traded at a certain level, and that could have been it. There's a million reasons why. It's not unusual to see that kind of trading going on. Cav, do you know what 7 SPACs he's talking about? Oh, yeah, they're right here. My SPACs right here. The first 2, Gore Holding and VGAC. And then on the bottom of the list, the last 5, those are all SPACs that I've been following. I've been talking to you about them. SVAC, FAII, VACQ, NSH, and IPOE. All those are SPACs. Those are the ones I've been talking about. I don't know what. Have you not been paying attention? Is there a hearing disability in your family? What was that word? Is there a learning disability here? Yeah, that was from Field of Dreams with the James Earl Jones character. Is there a learning disability here? I try. Sometimes I get testy. I apologize. I'm long on the Bruce. Thank you guys so much, all of you, for being here, following me, hanging out with me. Paul, what's the financial implications with 23andMe merger with VGAC and Credit Suisse? The due diligence I found is that they're part of this deal as well. There's no implications to be worried about. It's the implications about how much money you're going to make. Those are the implications you have to worry about. How rich are you going to get if you buy into this deal? Because I think it's a winner, and I think you're going to have wonderful tax problems if you buy enough of this stuff. But that's just me. If you build it, gorilla. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. Getting ready to shut this down. We are down 17.5 on the Dow, up 22 on the S&P, up 219 on NASDAQ, 86.66 on Chewy, 194.16 on GameStop, down 30 cents. Nothing to worry about at this point. No shenanigans yet. AMC down 18 cents to 10.17. So we'll stay on top of this. I'll be back with you at 3 o'clock Eastern time today, and we will follow the close together into the end of the first quarter, and we'll be around for the first hour of the aftermarket just to see what happens after the close. And when all the shenanigans are done, we'll see what's really going on. We'll watch for that. Should be fun, entertaining, never a dull moment. Please join me this afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern. Jen and I thank you so much for being with us this morning, and thank you all of you who've become members today and been sending super chats. It is much appreciated. It is your kindness overwhelms us. TB, can you talk a bit about the mechanics of the treasury bond market and repo market? Maybe this afternoon between 3 and 5. I'll be back, guys, this afternoon. I'll be back. Thank you all. Chris, Grapevine, Dallas, GameStop, and Austin for Bruce Tour. See a Stars game. The Austin during SXSW is great publicity, and GameStop could host during SXXW. So there's all kinds of possibilities there. Head down to Dallas and do a meet and greet and take a tour of the head office of GameStop. I'm sure they'd love to have us. Oh, my God. I don't know about that. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for being here and all of your commentary, donations, and smart aleck remarks. I love it. All right, we'll see you at 3 o'clock.